Do you need a mic check or are you good? Check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. I usually take it at 5 minutes. Yes, and I'm trying to be careful in what I say. Do you know how to zoom? It's what we do like during timeout. Take a shot at the scoreboard so they can see what the score is. You just turn the camera. You may not have to zoom. They can probably read it. But then during timeouts, we usually just keep it on our girls on our team. Okay. Or you can move it around, whatever you feel like. Do you drink Dr. Pepper? I always have a Dr. Pepper for Sue Haley. Owen also drinks Dr. Pepper. Miller? Hello, everyone. Very pleasant good evening from Soda Springs High School. It'll be the girls tonight as they face the Aberdeen Tigers. Aberdeen, they are not in last place. They have struggled a little bit. Uh, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe, Aberdeen had a really good team, but through the years, Tigers have they've struggled a little bit. But they do have some shooters. And it's one of those things. That's why you play the game. Um, Soda could have a bad night. Aberdeen could have a good night, and we could have a ball game. Soda girls come in 3-1 in the conference. They are 6-10 on the season. Aberdeen is 2-2 in the conference. They are 4-10 on the season. Their wins in the conference came over Declo, Lady Hornets 60-54, and they beat the Lady Pirates of Westside 46-42. Their two conference losses, Wendell beat the Tigers 53-23, and number one ranked Malad beat Aberdeen 49 to 21. So the girls have Aberdeen tonight. They will be at Westside on Friday. Next Thursday, we'll have Declo here, the Lady Hornets. Then the last two games for the Cards will be on the road. We'll be at Malad on Wednesday, January 28th. And then a return match with these Tigers on Saturday, January 31st. So does wins this season, 6 of them. American Falls twice, Salem Hills, Utah, Wendell, Declo, and Westside. Their losses came to Ryrie twice, Parma, Melba. They lost to Grace twice, lost to Desert Hills down in St. George. They also played the Box Elder Bees down in that tournament. And they lost to Box Elder in overtime, kids from Brigham City, 51-48, and that was overtime. A really good Marsh Valley team beat the Cards 43-26. And then Malad the other night, 48, or excuse me, that was a Freudian thing, 68-40. So Aberdeen tonight, Westside on Friday. Aberdeen, their wins come over Rockland, West J. Normally, West J is a very good team. Then they have two conference wins, Declo and West Side. Their losses come to Grace, North Fremont, Firth, Ryrie, Wendell, North Fremont again, Malad, Grace again, Marsh Valley, and Raft River. So the Lady Tigers have Soda tonight. And they will be at number one Malad on Friday. They'll be they'll have Butte County in Aberdeen on Tuesday. Then they'll be at Westside on the 24th. Ready to go? As stepping into the jump circle will be Danny Franson, and she'll jump against Emery Driscoll. There's always a Driscoll on the Aberdeen team. Tappa's control comes down to Tingy. Tingy will get it to Gibson. Gibson back up top to Osborne. Osborne back to Tingy between the circles. Franson, 3-point shot from the elbow, rattled around, popped out. Rebound to Lorelei Richardson. Back up top to Gibson. High post, they work it to Osborne, over to Franson. Back over Gibson, about a 15-footer off the left ankle. Ball is loose. And I believe Richardson was laying on the line. Well, that's not Richardson. I got to get my numbers straight here. There's Osborne. Back outside is Hernandez. And she'll get the ball too. And I knew it. Let me see what we've got here. Driving in and putting a shot up and scoring is, it's got to be Hernandez. Let me get her in my book. 2-0 Aberdeen. This is the junior varsity game. 3-point shot by Franson, and she drilled it. And that was off the left angle, and it's 3-2. Ball comes over to, yeah, I got another one. Driving off the right side. I got all kinds of kids that I. There's a shot that's up and good. On the inside, I believe that was Hernandez again. It's got to be Carrillo, who is number 11. And we got a jump ball. Possession will belong to Aberdeen. Okay, get Rosales in the book. I've always loved going to Aberdeen. They've always treated me so well up in Aberdeen. Of course, we don't go on the road anymore because we don't have the live radio because of contracts, things like that. Gibson puts a shot up. Tinky battles for it. It's loose on the floor. Tinky fights for it. I think we're going to get a jump ball. This possession will belong to Soda. The thing I remember about Aberdeen, they have this, it's not a big balcony, but it's a little balcony that stretches over the bleachers. It's mostly for filming. They asked me time to time, high posts, so work it. I wanted to announce the game from that balcony. And no, I don't. But I bumped my head on that. That's how low it extends many times. And I've got to where I announce the games underneath the balcony. And it goes into the back court, but it was tapped by Soda Rosales outside between the circles. Left side, it goes to Hernandez. Got two Hernandez on the floor. Hernandez, this one is Jocelyn. Goes back up top. Back over to Jocelyn Hernandez. Let me get some first names here. Brianna is the other one. Shot is up no good. Osborne down with the rebound for Soda. Get the ball up the floor. Tingy driving is Franson. Lost it off her foot, but they're going to say that the Tigers touched it. Shot up by Tingy, short off the rim. The rebound comes down to Jocelyn Hernandez. Tough defense by Franson in the back court. He's going to get a reach on Danny. So Franson will pick up the first foul of the night. Evelyn Carrillo goes over the left side to Hernandez up on the left elbow. She drives, puts a shot up, and she's fouled. She's tough, kind of a big kid. She did a couple of free throws. And that foul went against Hallie Osborne. Hernandez at the free throw line. Aberdeen leads it by one here in the first quarter of the junior varsity game. Free throw is up and good by Brianna Hernandez. She is a sophomore. She get one more. Tigers up by two, 5-3. Hernandez said, shot is up, got short off the front of the rim. Osborne Alley down with the rebound to Gibson. Gibson into the forecourt across the top to Franson. Franson crossover dribble. Just about got it picked. Goes over to Tingy on the left angle outside the arc. Gets it inside. Franson, big blocks outside. Osborne drives to the right wing, comes back outside to Allie Osborne, and the ball's taken away. Evelyn Carrillo over to the right side. They work it to Rosales. Rosales will get it to Jocelyn Hernandez. Ball knocked away by Franson, goes out of bounds. And they say Franson was the last one to touch it. Bounce pass that comes into Hernandez. 3-point shot off the rim. And the ball, not sure I saw that one right. Say, I thought Allie Osborne was the last one to touch that. They say it went off from Aberdeen. 5-3, 3:40 to go. First quarter. Ooh. Goes to Franson. Franson drives the baseline right to left, hooked it up. I think that was partially blocked. Ball is stolen away. Osborne in the middle of the paint, turns, shoots, banks off, no good. And Hernandez with the rebound will get it to Carrillo. Carrillo outside between the circles. 3-point shot from the wing. That banks out no good by Rosales. Tinky trying to keep it alive. And Taylor comes up with it, and that's going to be a bump by Evelyn Carrillo. Osborne checked out. Richardson will check in. Gibson will inbound the ball in the back court. Comes into Tingy. High post. Richardson has the ball taken away. Carrillo into the forecourt. Lead pass goes to Miera. Miera puts it up off the left side. No good. And down with the rebound was Richardson. Tingy in the backcourt working against Carrillo. Gets it up to Franson. Franson to Gibson underneath to Osborne. That's Halley. And the mid blocks to Tingy. Back to Osborne. Franson straight away splash. That's her second three. And Soda takes a 1-point lead with 2:25 to go in the first quarter. And Aberdeen just, no, they say Soda touched that. Aberdeen's pretty deep. Checking in is Brianna Cerna, and she'll check in for Yadira Rosales. Ball taken away. Franson long lead pass down to Tingy. Tingy in the middle of the paint. That misses. Battle for the rebound as Elise Carrillo couldn't control it. Franson, 3-point shot, and that's her third three. 9-5. The Soda Junior Varsity. Tigers into the forecourt. They work it to Cerna. Goes down along the baseline to Carrillo. Back outside. Got two Carrillos. That's Elisa. She drives that short off the rim. Osborne down with the rebound. And Franson lost it out of bounds. Checking in is Hubbard. Hadley Hubbard. Checking out is Elisa Carrillo. Ball comes in to Cerna. Franson just all over the place. She hit the floor pretty hard, and Coach Groney right there to collect the ball. Ask her if she was okay. Miera, they call plumbing. I think I'm just going to say that name, Miera. It's Miera. Technically, that's not how you pronounce it. And stepping on the sideline is Franson. 9-5, 4-point lead, a minute 27 to go in the first quarter. Ball goes over to the wing. They drop it inside. Shot is up and short as Hubbard put it up. And that actually went under the rim. Checking back in is going to be the freshman Allie Osborne. Tiger, ooh, can't do that. She wasn't quite established when she came into the inbounds. That was Jocelyn Hernandez. She had to ground her feet, and she was still in the air, so she was still out of bounds. Didn't get a foul. That might have been Carrillo. Yeah, and that's her second. Evelyn Carrillo. 2 team fouls apiece, so neither team will see the bonus here in the first quarter. Tingy, right angle, Franson. Back to Tingy straight away. Tingy. There's a deep one by Franson. Richardson battles for the rebound. Gonna get a jump. The possession will belong to Aberdeen. Gibson checks in for Tingy. Ball will come into Evelyn Carrillo. Goes back over across the top. Hernandez drives in, scores. Nope, they called her for travel. A little extra step. She took it in off the right angle, banked it in, but they call her for the walk. Franson will bring the ball up the floor into the forecourt, right side to Gibson on the angle, inside to Osborne. Ball ripped away by Hernandez. Hernandez back across, still in the backcourt to Mira. I'm going to say it that way. Ball was intended for Jocelyn Hernandez, and it goes out of bounds with 24 seconds. Shot clock is off as Franson will bring it into the forecourt. Goes over to Gibson on the wing, inside to Richardson. Ball stolen away. Back the other way, Carrillo going to take it in off the left side, put the shot up, missed it. Richardson battles for the rebound. They call a jump with 4.7 seconds to go in the first. Alternate possession will belong to Soda. Pressure in the back court. Bounce pass. 3, 2, 1. Not going to get a shot away. And that's the end of the first quarter. Aberdeen actually went out to a lead. Soda come back on 3-point shots by Danny Franson, and they lead it by 4. Franson has all of Soda's points, 9 points, 9-5. Hernandez has all of Aberdeen's points. So timeout. In the conference, Malad leads the conference with he leads the state actually. 4-0 in the conference, 14-2 on the season. So did second in the conference, 3-1, 6-10 on the season. Wendell is 2-2, 8-8 on the season. Aberdeen 2-2 in the conference, 4-10 on the season. West Side 1-3 in the conference, 6-9 on the season, and Declo 0-4 in the conference, 5-9 on the season. It'll be Soda's ball to begin. No, Aberdeen ball. Aberdeen in black with white numbers. A steal by Franson. Franson into the forecourt. Tried to drop it into Gibson. And that was knocked away by. And then I've got another one I got to put in my book. Hang on. That would be Louder. Ball stolen away. Driving down the right side is Rosales. Comes outside to Louder. Shot is up. That was down and come back out. It's Kyrie Louder. Ball underneath. Gonna get a jump. Alternate possession will belong to Soda. Nellie Osborne ties up with one of the Tigers. Osborne to inbound the ball. Franson an open 3. Got it. That is her fourth 3-point shot. She has all of Soda's points, all 12 of them. That might have been a walk. Taken away up to Tingy. Tingy down the left side, lays it up to the left hand. Partial. Can't do that. Tingy went out of bounds. The same thing that happened to Aberdeen on this side. Tingy went up, and she hadn't established herself on the court because she was still in the air. Therefore, she was out of bounds. Louder into the forecourt. Tingy takes the ball away, knocked away from Tingy, and they're going to give it to Soda. Soda ball right in front of us. It'll be Gibson. Could Gibson? No, they changed their mind. Wow, I didn't see the instant replay. Comes into Kyrie Louder, up top between the circles, working against Tungi and a man. Comes back outside to Rosales. Rosales between the circles, left side, goes to Hernandez, Jocelyn Hernandez, and she double dribbled. She kind of had a little hitch in her giddy up, kind of paused, put the ball back down on the floor, and they call her for a double dribble. Minute and a half gone in the second quarter. High post. Gibson, 3-point shot. Got it. Go to Gibson. It's all at threes for Soda. Count them, 5 of them. Double team at midcourt. Louder has the ball knocked away. Osborne comes up with it. Howie underneath. Gibson puts a shot up. No good. Franson with the rebound has a shot blocked. Franson's going to run it down on the left wing. And I think they're going to get Jocelyn Hernandez reaching in. And it will be Hallie Osborne. Gets it into Franson. Low blocks. Osborne is tied up. Possession will belong to Aberdeen. In the ball game, there's another one. That would be Tinoco. She's a junior. Timeout. Let me find Tinoco's Kimberly. There's been Tinoco's. There's always a Driscoll. There's always a Jolly. Several Carrillos and Hernandez has gone through the Aberdeen program. A lot of familiar names. Games tonight, girls. Butte County is at Grace. So we got the Pirates facing the Grizz. North Fremont against Salmon. Declo is at Westside. Snake Rivers at Bear Lake. Ryrie is at Firth. American Falls is at Marsh Valley. And West J is at South Fremont. Boys, Shelley's at Blackfoot. Hillcrest is at Bonneville. Rigby's at Canyon Ridge. Preston is at Century. Skyline's at Idaho Falls. Thunder Ridge, the Titans, are at Madison. Highlands at Pokey. And Snake at Sugar. Couple of rivalry games there. Ball comes into Kyrie Louder. Short court pressure. And straddling the line. I'll explain that to you here in just a second. Louder comes outside. Not back court, because the whole body and the whole ball before you've established it. Drive by Franson. It's like soccer. She was straddling the line, but she was still in the fourth court. 17-5 and 10 seconds. Tough defense by Soda. Richardson will check in for Gibson. Soda is just 3 kids deep on the bench, so they've suited 8 for the junior varsity game. Aberdeen has 8 on the bench. Of course, 5 on the floor. Backdoor to Richardson. Tough luck shot. She was fouled. So Lorelei Richardson will go to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. And that foul is going to go against Driscoll. Every time I see the name Driscoll, I think of strawberries. Of course, up in Aberdeen, it's sugar beets. Lorelei hits the first one. She's been working on those free throws. She was kind of struggling a couple of games ago. She misses the second one. 18-5, Soda. Into the fourth quarter. Richardson steals the ball. Stolen right back by Rosales. Comes back outside to Hernandez. 3-point shot. Karam's off. Osborne has the ball ripped away by Louder, but they're going to call a jump ball. And the possession will belong to the Cards. Yeah. 13 kids suited for the junior varsity team for Aberdeen. That's a good thing. That's how you build your program In fact, they could probably have enough kids for a C team. Soda hasn't had a C team in a long time. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Checking in is going to be, I got, every time I see it, I can't say it. Mira is Miebra. Osborne to inbound the ball. Ball knocked away. Tough defense by Tinoco. We'll try it again. Osborne to inbound the ball. Comes into Franson. Open three. Rims out. Richardson with the rebound. Put it back up. Got her own rebound. Put it up again. And I think she walked. No, I'm going to call a foul. That'll be the third foul against Aberdeen. That one's going to go against Rosales. Osborne to inbound the ball. Got to get it in. 5 seconds. Comes into Tingy. Tingy on the left wing. High post to Osborne. Richardson all alone under the basket. Beautiful pass by Osborne to find Lorelei Richardson all alone under the basket. Gibson up off the bench. Ball comes over to Miera. Comes to Louder. Louder 3-point shot. Karam's off. And rebound comes down and dropped in by Rosales. Tingy will walk it up the floor with 4 minutes to go in the half. She's challenged by Miera. Tingy left angle. Richardson drives down the right side, pulls up into Osborne. Osborne put it up to the left hand. Franson takes a rebound down. Franson turns, shoots off the rim, no good. Franson got her own rebound. Tingy about a 17-footer. That's no good. Louder with the rebound. We made a foul. It might have been Tingy. No, it's going to be Hallie Osborne. Gibson will check in for Soda. And Elisa Carrillo will check in for Aberdeen. Louder will walk it into the forecourt. Over to the right side to Rosales. Louder 3-point shot from the right angle. Wow, that was down, pop back out. Franson into the forecourt. Franson, hard left-hand dribble, leave it for Gibson. Gibson, an open 17-footer just inside the arc. Rosales falls down. Coming up with it was Miera. Cross court, Rosales, an open three. Splash. Yadira Rosales, 5 points. Gibson will walk it into the forecourt with 2:50 to go until halftime. Comes down in the low blocks. Osborne put the shot up. Well, that looked like a pretty good block, but I think Rosales is going to pick up her second foul, and that's going to put Allie Osborne at the free throw line. Timeout. Well, it's just 30-second timeout. Take a look at the conference. Of course, we've talked about Aberdeen and Soda. Malad has wins over Westside, Aberdeen, Declo, and Soda in the conference. They'll have Aberdeen in Malad on Friday. Saturday, they will have Wendell. They've got 4 home games in a row. And then Westside, January 24th. I think that's a Saturday. And then Soda on Wednesday, January 28th. Wendell just last night or the other night lost to Wood River 40-30. They're at Declo on Friday, at Malad on Saturday. They have Dietrich in Wendell next Wednesday. They'll be at Shoshone on Saturday, January 24th. Then they'll have Buell. Buell Indians on Tuesday. Time back in. Declo, they are at Westside tonight. They've got Wendell on Friday, and it will be Allie Osborne at the free throw line. Just a freshman. Shot is up, dances on the rim, won't drop. Allie will get one more. 20-10, 10-point lead for Soda. 2:47 to go until halftime. Alley, second shot. That's off the front of the rim. Wow, that went off a louder shin and jetted out of bounds. I've seen our kids in the middle school, seventh grade and eighth grade. Got a really good seventh grade team. Just me. I'd like to see Soda put a C team together. That's how you grow your tradition and skills. Ball taken away. Franson, left wing, comes into Richardson. Gibson puts a shot up, battling for it while falling out of bounds is Louder, and Rosales is going to tie up Franson. Louder hit pretty hard. She's okay. Ball comes into Louder. Up the floor, they work it to Miera. When we get a jump ball, this one belongs to Soda. Gibson and Richardson was in there tying that up. It'll be Gibson inbound the ball into Tingy. Taylor outside working against Miera. Comes back outside, goes down in the low blocks. Richardson leans in and scores. 5 points for Lorelei Richardson. Full court pressure. 1-2-2 or a lot of pressure. Louder still in the back court. Going to get 10 seconds. And time out. Nope, they called time out. I thought Coach Brenda Kendall was going to call timeout to save that possession. I kind of have a clock in my head if you played point guard or shooting guard. I was point guard. I wasn't a shooting guard. But you got that 10-second clock in your head. You got to get it over the timeline. Minute 45. Gibson high post. Nice give and go from Richardson to Tingy, and Tingy lays it in. Beautiful bounce pass from Richardson. Tingy cutting down the right side of the paint. Outside, it is Louder. Goes to the wing to Miera. And we got a whistle. Might have been Tingy. Yeah. I just got her for one. She gets in early foul trouble from time to time because she is so aggressive. That's just her first. Ball will come into the back court to Kyrie Louder. Gets a pick, pulls up on the angle, ball knocked away and dug on it. Went right through the wickets of Allie Osborne. Allie, just a freshman. She's going to be pretty tall. She's got to be 5'80", something like that. Tiger ball along their own baseline. Comes into Louder, three-point shot from the right corner. And Tingy comes down with a rebound. Tingy drives it into the forecourt, leaves it for Osborne. Goes to Gibson, back to Hallie Osborne. Osborne, then to Gibson, inside. Gibson turns, shoots, and scores. Over to Gibson, 5 points. And we got a whistle. Not sure what that was about. Tiger ball. It'll be Rosales to inbound the ball. 26-10, Soda. 50 seconds to go in the half. Oh, nobody on defense. All the way in, she missed the layup. That was Miera. I knew I couldn't keep calling it Mira's Miera. Driving in, Franson off the right side, right or left side with the right hand. I'm dyslexic. Comes into Rosales into the forecourt. Back outside to Louder, 25 seconds. Kyrie back it out, work to the angle. Shot is up, banks off. Miera with the rebound, rips it away. We're going to get what? Jump ball. Alternate possession belongs to Soda. Peterborg will check in for Soda. Tingy will check out with 18.4 seconds. Ball comes in, Louder drive, shortens it up. Shot was blocked. Hallie Osborne with the rebound will leave it for Franson. Franson back court to the forecourt to Osborne. to Richardson at a high post. Franson, 3-point shot. No good. Richardson kept it alive. Shot at the buzzer is no good. So at halftime, Soda leads it by 16. Yeah, Soda put up 17 points in that quarter. Outscored the Tigers by 12. Let me add up scoring for you. For Aberdeen, pretty easy. I can give that to you right now. Brianna Hernandez with 5. 2 twos and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And Yadira Rosales with 5. That's it. 10 points. The Tigers hit on 1 of 2 from the free throw line, committed 5 personal fouls. For Soda, 14 points for Danny Franson. Well, she is a good-looking freshman. She is going to be so tough. She has 4 threes and a 2 for 14 points. Coda Gibson has a 3 and a 2 for 5 points. Allie Osborne 0 for 2 from the free throw line. 5 points for Lorelei Richardson. She has 2 twos and is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And Taylor Tingy hit a bucket for 2 points. Soda hit on 1 of 4 from the free throw line, committed 4 personal fouls. At the end of the first quarter, Soda led it by 4. It was 9-5. Then in the second quarter, Soda put up 17 points, outscoring the Tigers by 12, and the halftime score 26-10 here at halftime. Give me just 1 second, and I'll be right back at you. Danny Franson, monster first half. I think we were going over the conference. I think we got Wendell done. They lost to Wood River 40-30. They're at Declo on Friday, at Malad on Saturday. West Side has Declo tonight, and then Soda on Friday. And they'll be at Malad next Thursday. Aberdeen. They'll have Aberdeen at West Side on Saturday, next Saturday, January 24th. Then they'll have Grace on Wednesday, January 28th. Then they'll be at Declo on Friday, January 30th. Declo, again, is at West Side tonight. They've got Wendell at home on Friday. Be at Soda on Thursday, January 22nd. At Malad on Saturday, January 24th. Then they'll have Aberdeen at home, January 28th. That's a Wednesday. And then Westside at home on Friday, January 30th. So the boys, well, they got Grace tomorrow. And Grace, they travel really well, so you better get here early. We'll bring you the C game starting at 4:30. Then the JV and then the varsity. So Grace tomorrow, boys, had a win on Saturday against the Salmon Savages, 60-30. And then the Soda boys are on the road 4 games in a row at Declo on Saturday, at Malad next Wednesday, at Westside on Friday, January 23rd, then a rematch with the Grizz at Grace on Tuesday, January 27th. Then they'll have Aberdeen at home on January 29th. That's a Thursday. Decla will be at Soda Saturday, January 31st. Then the boys are at Wendell, Malad at Soda, and then at Aberdeen. So really, the only ones you need to worry about is mainly just Grace tomorrow here at Soda. And then they go on the road for 4 games in a row. Boys conference looks like this. Wendell 2-0. They are 11-1 on the season, ranked number one. Their only loss, came to Filer down in Salt Lake City at the Delta Center, and that was in overtime. Filer Wildcats just barely uh, got the Trojans, or they'd be undefeated. Malad is 1-0 in the conference, 7-5 on the season. Westside is 1-1 in the conference, 7-5 on the season. Aberdeen hasn't played a conference game yet. They are 0-12 on the season. Soda 0-1 in the conference, 5-4 on the season. And then Declo, they are 0-2 on the season and 5-6 on the season. Girls rankings in our division. Malad Dragons are ranked number one. Ryrie Bulldogs are number two. Grangeville Bulldogs are ranked number three. First Cougars are four, and the Parma Panthers are number five. Picking up votes in the 3As. Ambrose Archers, North Fremont Huskies, Soda, and the New Plymouth Pilgrims. In the 2As, Oakley Hornets are ranked number one. Lapway Wildcats are ranked number two. And a couple of Pirates. Butte County is ranked three. Prairie is ranked four. And Grace, the Lady Grizz, are ranked number five. Picking up votes in the 2As. The Kamei Cubs, Rimrock Raiders, Raft River Trojans, Council Lumberjacks, and the Lakeside Knights. And the 6As for the girls, number one is the Eagle Mustangs. Rigby Trojans are two. Middleton Vikings, couple of Vikings, Middleton and Coeur d'Alene are 3-4. And the Madison Bobcats are ranked number five. Picking up votes in the 6A, Bora Lions, um, the Timberline, I think they are the Wolves, yes, and the Boise Braves picked up votes, and Thunder Ridge Titans. In the 5As, Sandpoint Bulldogs are ranked number one. Mountain Home Tigers are number two. Blackfoot Broncos are three. Lakeland Hawks are ranked number four. And the Hillcrest Knights are ranked number five. Picking up votes in the 5A, Jerome Tigers, Pocatello Thunder, Burley Bobcats, and the Bishop Kelly Knights. In the 4As, the Sugar Diggers are number one. Bear Lake Bears are number two. Marsh Valley Eagles are number three. Fruitland Grizzlies are four. And the McCall Donnelly Vandals are number five. Picking up votes in the 4As, Timberlake Tigers, Weiser Wolverines, Kimberly Bulldogs, Filer Wildcats, and the Teton Timberwolves. In the 1As, Salmon River Savages are ranked number one. Mackey Miners are two. Deary Mustangs are three. Garden Valley Wolverines are four. And the Cary Panthers are five. Picking up votes in the 1As, Nez Perce Nighthawks, Ledore Mustangs, Rockland Bulldogs, Genesee Bulldogs, and Cascade Ramblers. And that is your girls' rankings. In the 3As, the boys' rankings go this way. Wendell Trojans are number one, then there's a three-way tie for number two. St. Mary's Lumberjacks, Declo Hornets, and New Plymouth Grims are all tied for second. And then fifth is the Orofino Maniacs. picking up votes in our division. The Ambrose Archers, Ryrie Bulldogs, West J Panthers, almost everybody, West J Panthers, Malad Dragons, North Fremont Huskies, West Side Pirates, Nampa Christian Trojans, Marsing Huskies, and the Melba Mustangs. We are ready to go in the second half. Soda leads it 26-10. Soda ball. Tingy gets it into Gibson. Goes to Oxford. High post on the elbow. Richardson. Back door. Gibson can't drive it. Ball taken away. It'll be Hernandez into the forecourt. Nicely passed to Louder. Back to Hernandez. And the other Hernandez, Brianna, hits a three straight away. 13-point lead, 26-13, Soda. Tingy into the forecourt, working against Carrillo. Carrillo really aggressive on the defense, so I think they got her for a reach. That's her third. Evelyn Carrillo. Couple of Carrillos, always Carrillos in Aberdeen. Comes down the low blocks. Osborne with the left hand, can't finish it. And they're going to say that Jocelyn Hernandez knocked it out of bounds. Osborne to inbound the ball. 5 seconds, got to get it in. Lob comes in, taken away by Brianna Hernandez. Back to Louder. Louder will bring it into the forecourt, left angle. Jocelyn Hernandez. Brianna Hernandez back outside. Goes to Louder. That's a deep shot. Karam's off. Osborne down with the rebound. Hallie Osborne to Tingy. Lead pass to Gibson. Gibson lays it in. Nicely done. 7 points for Cody Gibson. Hernandez don't make it Carrillo. Drives all the way to the baseline. Trying to get a jump ball. Possession will belong to the Tigers. Jocelyn Hernandez will take it out of bounds. Goes to the wing to Rosales on the right side. Louder a deep shot. That caroms off. Hernandez had the ball knocked away. Come back to Rosales. Richardson for Soda down with the rebound. Will clear it to Gibson. Lead pass down to Osborne. Goes back to Richardson. Covered by Brianna Hernandez. And I think had a little bump there. I just got her for one. Second foul in the third quarter against the Tigers. 28-13, 15-point lead for Soda. Ball comes into Richardson, back to Tingy. Tingy will bring it back up top. Right side to Hallie Osborne on the angle. Hallie working against Osborne. That's going to be knocked into the back court. Referee right there said Louder touched it. Osborne back the other way, and Louder takes it away. Lead pass comes to Rosales. Rosales into the forecourt. Louder, another deep three. That one short off the rim. Gibson comes up with a deep rebound. There's a bump. And that's by Evelyn Carrillo, and that'll be her fourth. They're so deep that they can play as aggressive as they want to. Tingy gets the ball into Gibson. Gibson, top of the key, working against Hernandez to Richardson. Richardson will leave it for Tingy up top between the circles. Tingy directing traffic. Backdoor Gibson. Gibson lays it in. What a beautiful pass by Tingy. Ball comes into the forecourt. Rosales will leave it back outside to Hernandez. Down to Brianna Hernandez and offensive fouls. I was kind of thinking that in the first quarter because she just kind of bulls her way in there and they got her for the old offensive foul. That's her second. Osborne will get it into Tingy. Tingy will walk it up the floor. Be picked up by Rosales. Playing with 4 fouls. Goes to Gibson. Tough man by the Tigers. Tingy drives the right side. Gibson on the wing. Back up top to Osborne. Down in the low blocks. Richardson puts it up. That's short. And Brianna Hernandez down with the rebound. Long lead pass comes down to Rosales. She leaves it for Louder. That was a nice give and go. Louder missed the shot. And I think Hallie Osborne, that is her third. That's going to put Louder at the free throw line. She'll get 2. And she'll set for the first one. Nice free throw. She tickles the twine with the first one. She'll get 1 more. Peterboard checks in for Osborne. Xander is going to check in. Xander will check in for Allie Osborne. Louder will get 1 more. And puts a right-handed shot up. Both free throws. That one was right down to the bottom of the well. Nice free throws by Kyrie Louder. Tiggy walks it into the forecourt against Miera. Comes back outside. Comes back inside. Richardson with the last 10 scores. 7 points for Lorelei Richardson. 32-15. Lead pass. Louder. Back to Miera. Goes to Carrillo. And this is Elisa Carrillo. And we got a foul. And I'm thinking that's against Tingu. That would be her second. Tigers will have the ball along their own baseline. The ball comes outside to Cernan. Inside to Hernandez. Mid blocks. Goes into the paint. Kicks it outside. Shot is up and short by Carrillo. Tigers down with the rebound. Ball comes outside to Brianna Cerna to Louder. Louder on the left angle into Hernandez. Mid blocks. Drives into the paint. Puts a shot up right in the middle of the paint. Peter Board down with the rebound. Off to Tingy. Tingy left side to Gibson on the angle. Gibson will leave it on the wing. Comes inside to Xander. Xander has the ball taken away. Louder down the right sideline. 3:30 to go into third quarter. Louder across the top to Miera. Comes Louder to the left elbow. Shot is up by Carrillo. And Richardson down with the rebound for Soda. Tinky will bring it into the forecourt to Richardson at a high post outside to Gibson. Into Xander, low blocks, and Xander has it taken away by Lisa Carrillo. Nice back door, but Richardson right there to steal the pass away. And they're going to say Richardson, she was trying to collect herself and she lifted the pivot foot. And they're going to call a travel timeout, Billy K. Sims. I want to mention assistant Jeff Parker. Head coach is Matt Groening. The principal, Sherry Moulton. Superintendent is Scott Muir. And the ADs, Sean A. Thompson and Deanne Barker. And the managers for the girls, Hazley Mumford and Chloe Sims. And Billy K. talking X's and O's with Matt Groening. Once again, Soda, just 8 kids deep. And Aberdeen, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, has 15 kids. In fact, I needed an extra line to put them all in my book. That's a good thing. It will be Tiger Bomb against full court pressure. No, it's under their basket. Comes into the corner, goes to Miera. Back up top, Hernandez straight away working against Tinky. She'll leave it outside to Seagal. No, not Seagal. Miera. And she'll get it to Cernan. Ball comes outside, louder on the angle. Straight away is Carrillo, and she traveled. Checking in is going to be Allie Osborne. And Richardson, she's played a good game tonight. She'll check out. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. Tingy will bring it into the forecourt against Miera. Comes up top for Xander. Tried to hit Gibson. The ball is loose, and coming up with it is Miera. Goes up top, Hernandez working against Tingy straight away. Louder between the circles. High post. It goes to Serna. 3-point shot banks off no good. Louder follows the rebound. I'm going to call the foul against Peterboard. And that's just her first. Third team foul against Soda with 2 minutes to go in the third. Nice inbounds pass. Hernandez missed a chippy, but Tigers come down with the rebound. Shot up no good. Osborne, Alley with the rebound off to Tingy. Tingy into the forecourt against Miera. Goes into Xander, mid blocks, back outside to Gibson. Gibson will bring it between the circles. Huge reach by Cerna. And now they'll call her. And that one actually wasn't as hard. Brianna Cerna, I just got her for her first. That's 5 fouls on Aberdeen. That'll put Gibson at the free throw line. Soda is 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Carter Gibson will get a pair shot up. Pretty shot. Splash. Checking in Rosales, playing with the 4 fouls. Checking out is Rylan. And maybe Rylan is where you put that accent in the air. Second shot, Gibson got them both. She has 11 points. It'll be Rosales bringing the ball up to Florida Louder. Back up top, they work it to Carrillo. Over to Lauer, underneath. Inside to Brianna Hernandez. Good footwork. Missed a shot, but she drew the foul. And that one's going to go against Xander. 4 fouls now on Soda. So everything is shooting here on out. Hernandez with 8 points. Now make it 9. She tickles the twine with the first one. Checking in is Hadley Hubbard for the Tigers. And Lisa Carrillo checks out. Second shot on the way by Hernandez. Got them both. She is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 34-17, a 17-point lead for the Cards. Rosales, tough defense against Tingy. Knocks the ball away. It's loose. Gibson battling for it. She's double teamed. And I think the Tigers bailed them out, and it might have been Rosales. If that's Rosales, she's done. She's walking to the bench like she knows it. I really like that. You play so hard with 4 fouls and you don't let up. You don't step on the clutch just because you've got 4 fouls. She played hard. She's going to have to grab some pine with 1:08 in the third and another quarter to go. Gibson at the free throw line, 2 for 2. Shot up, 3 for 3. She's going to be a nice player, too. Just a freshman. Good little point guard. This is her fourth free throw, and she is 4 for 4. Somebody's been shooting free throws on the driveway. Ball goes over to Louder's 3-point shot. That caroms off. Rebound, Fox for put up again. Put up again. That one was blocked, and it goes off from the Tigers out of bounds. 53 seconds, 36-17, Soda. We're in the third quarter. As Tingy will walk it up the floor. He picked up by Louder as she works to the right wing. Bounce pass comes into Osborne. Osborne leans in and she was fouled. Nice job by Allie to just get to the basket, and she'll get a pair of free throws. She's 0 for 2. That foul went against Wallen. Well, there's been a couple of Wallens in Aberdeen. Allie shot off the front of the rim. She'll get one more. Allie, just a freshman. She's going to be 7 feet tall by the time she's a senior. Second one. Nope, missed everything. That was a 14-foot free throw. Of course, the line is 15 feet. Tigers bring it into the fourth court. Goes over to the right side and the wing. And they're going to say Soda tipped it. Tiger ball on the side. To inbound the ball will be Abby Wallen. Ball comes into Brianna Hernandez on the right angle. Back to Wallen on the wing. Hernandez looking. Oh, she's going to take the three. They let her have it. And good offensive rebounding position for the Tigers. Running one-hander by Louder. And coming out of there with it, Peterborg. She'll clear it to Gibson. Gibson into the floor. She wants. Across the top over to Peterborg. Goes to Tingy. Tingy puts up a 15-footer from the right angle at the buzzer. And that's the end of the third quarter. Soda put up 10 points in that quarter. And Aberdeen put up 7. So we've got 1 quarter to go. Soda Junior Varsity leads it 36-17. Of course, the national championship football game is Monday. And that will be Miami against Indiana. And that'll be at 5:30 on Monday. And it's at the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play in Miami Gardens. Miami beat Ole Miss 31-27, and Indiana was all over Oregon 56-22. The NFL playoffs. Bills will be at the Broncos on Saturday at 2:30. 49ers will be at the Seahawks at 6 o'clock. On Sunday, Texans will be at the Patriots, and that's at 1 o'clock. And the Rams will be in Chicago to face the Bears. Rams beat the Panthers 34-31. Bears beat the Packers 31-27. 49ers beat the Eagles 23-19. Patriots 16-3 over the Chargers. Gibson drops it into Peterborg, knocked away. Gibson got it back. Lob comes inside, and the ball knocked away from Richardson, taken out of there by Carrillo. She'll get it off to Hernandez. Hernandez pulls up. Carrillo left side on the lane. Osborne tried to keep it alive. Good job by Richardson to rip that away from Hernandez. Gibson over to Peterborg. Peterborg 15-foot shot. And Richardson with the rebound. Got the rebound again. Oh, tough look shot. But she was fouled. Richardson 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She'll get 2. 7 points. That foul was on Rosales. And that's her third. Richardson, she puts a shot up. No good. Just a freshman. Checking out. Carrillo. Checking in. I'm thinking that's Driscoll because of the hair. And it totally covers her number. Second shot is good by Lorelei. I know some Driscolls in Aberdeen. think they're one of the big sugar beet farmers. Whoa, got a foul underneath as a Stiegel ended up right on her wallet. Tingy and Franson, I believe, hustled into the dressing room to join the varsity. There's going to be a foul against Peterborg. Shot up, no good. Rebound down to Jocelyn Hernandez, and she'll go to the free throw line. And that foul was on Gibson, just her first. So Soda just has Xander on the bench. First free throw is no good. They got Richardson, Osborne, Gibson, and Peterborg on the floor. Second free throw rims out. Nice box off by Richardson. She'll clear it to Gibson, working against Rosales into the forecourt. Richardson, pick and roll. They get it over to Peterborg. Drives the baseline. Osborne with the rebound. Richardson with the rebound. Richardson again. Ball comes out to Gibson. They'll get it to Peterborg. Peterborg is fouled. Good job by the Cards on the boards. Peterborg will get two. And that foul is going to go against Emma Stiegel. Shot up short off the front of the rim. Taylor will get one more. Sets for the second shot. Pushes it up too hard, but Peterborg is going to run her own rebound down. Down to the baseline. She's double teamed. And she's fouled. And I think it's Rosales. That would be her fourth. So Soda ball out along their own baseline. It'll be Hallie Osborne to inbound the ball. Comes into Gibson, 3-point shot. That banks off the rim, no good. Rosales on the run. Gibson, that's a lot. Rosales puts it up. She took about 3 little bunny hops there as she tried to stop. Uncalled jump ball. Possession belongs to Aberdeen. Checking out will be Emery Driscoll. Ball comes in, shot blocked, rebound is loose. Richardson comes up with it to Gibson. Gibson reverse dribble into the forecourt, gets a pick from Richardson. Inside Osborne. Osborne turns, shoots. Rebound down to Miera. Tigers will push it into the forecourt down the right side. Rosales on the wing will bring it back outside. Goes to Hernandez. Back up top, Carrillo. Shot up, no good. Peterborg couldn't quite control the rebound. Jocelyn Hernandez comes down with it. Miera. Shot is up by Carrillo, no good. Got her own rebound, put it up, no good, but she was fouled. 5:40 to go in the ball game. Couple of Tigers going to check in. Knighting is one, and Cerna is the other. At the line, Elisa Carrillo. First shot is good by Carrillo. Should get one more. That foul is against Allie Osborne. That's just her first. Second shot, short off the rim. Peterborg with the rebound. Gets it up the floor to Gibson. Gibson down the right side of the paint. Sure. Yeah, they got her. Again, you're just putting on the brakes and you pick up that back foot. Checking in is Hubbard. Checking out is Stiegel. Ball comes over to 90. And a high post to Carrillo. Carrillo turns, shoots, no good. And Hallie Osborne with the rebound. Gibson into the forecourt. Gets a pick from Richardson. Now she'll leave it for Richardson up top. Top of the key back to Gibson on the right angle. Gibson works it over to Peterborg. Peterborg leans in and she was fouled. Peter Borg will go to the free throw line. And the foul is against Brianna Cerna. Shot is up and good. She'll get one more. Shot up. And that one's good. Got them both. 2 points for Taylor Peterborg. Into the fourth court, Yadira Rosales works it over the right angle. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound is deep, and Gibson comes up with it. Gibson into the forecourt to Osborne. Goes back to Hallie Osborne. Dumps it into Richardson. Shot was partially blocked. Osborne tried to put it up, and that one was blocked. Back the other way is Sermon. Leaning in. Oh, nice shot by Lisa Carrillo. It's her first basket from the floor. Only the second basket from the floor in the second half. Richardson is tripped. Oh, they're going to call it for the walk. Tried to drop it into her on the right elbow. Got her feet tangled up, and they called her for the walk. 19-point lead, 39 to 20. No pressure in the back court. Cernak will bring the ball up the floor. And we got an, oh, there she is. Armenta. Armenta into the ball game. Ball taken away by the Cards. Gibson into the forecourt. Gibson drops it into Richardson. Richardson has to run it down along the baseline off the right side. Bounces it into Gibson, and Allie is fouled underneath the basket. And that foul, that's the fifth one. That one's going to go against Hubbard. And that'll put Allie at the Allie free throw line. She's 0 for 4. Shot is up, and that one is off. Xander will check in. Check in for Peterborg. Allie, one more. Shot is up, and that one's good. And the Tigers just threw the ball away. It was intended for Brianna Cernak, and they just let her too much, threw it out of bounds. 3, start the clock. 3:40 to go. Rebound comes down to Richardson. Put it up. She's going to bring it back outside, up top to Xander. Xander, back door to Gibson. Lost the handle on it. Going to take it back outside. Goes to Hallie Osborne. Hallie from the free throw line. No good. Allie with the rebound. Puts it up. Richardson keeps it alive. Gibson battling Armenta for it. I think they're going to call a jump ball. Soda leads by 20. 40 to 20 with 3:15 to go. Alternate possession belongs to Soda. Hallie Osborne will inbound the ball. Comes into Richardson. Back up top to Gibson. Gibson working against Cernan. Richardson set the pick. Gibson missed it. Richardson just lost it off her knee, out of bounds. Tiger ball. 3:02 to go in the ball game as the ball comes into Brianna Cernan. Over to the right side to Niera. 3-point shot is up off the rim. Gibson down with the rebound for the Cards. Gibson's pressured by Cerna. Ball comes up to Allie Osborne. Richardson inside, misses it, got her own rebound, put it up again, no good. And down with the rebound is Hubbard. Hubbard gets the ball to Cerna. Cerna down the left side of the paint, drives in. I think Xander is going to pick up the foul. No, wait a minute. What did they call? 30-second timeout is what they called. 2:26 to go in the ball game. Boy, there were really some good football games. NFL. Um, the only one that was kind of ugly was the Texans over Pittsburgh, 30-6. The Utah Jazz, 14-25. They're at Chicago tonight, at Dallas tomorrow. They had a win against Cleveland, 123 to 112. Tiger ball along their own baseline. Shot is up by Miera. Osborne with the rebound to Peter. Double dribble there. Osborne. They'll reverse it against Armenton. Goes to the right wing. Trying to get a bounce pass into Richardson. They're going to get a jump ball. This one will belong to the Tigers. 40-20. 2:07 to go in the ball game. Cerna into the forecourt to Armento. Armento back to Cerna. 3-point shot. Richardson with the rebound. The Peterboard to Gibson. Comes into Osborne. That was a what? Gibson 3-point shot. Osborne. That position, but louder. Or make it Hubbard. Comes out of there with it. Comes up to Miera. 3-point shot. Splash. Cerna. Off the right angle. Gibson palmed it. And we're going to call a reach. Armenta bailed her out. A lot of people don't understand what a palm is. You can dribble the ball as high as you want to, clear up around your ear, above your head. You just can't roll it. That'll put Gibson at the free throw line. She's 4 for 4. Shot is up, 5 for 5. She has 10 points. She'll get one more. 41-23, Soda. A minute 22. Second shot. She is 6 for 6 from the free throw line. I guess we know who's going to be shooting the technicals. Ball comes up to Miera. Over to the left side to Cerna. Back to Miera. Back up top, they work it to Armenton. Armenton's shot is up. That caroms off. Down with the rebound is Hallie Osborne. Gibson. Lead pass to Richardson. Missed an easy one. Osborne put it back up. Going to get a jump. Possession belongs to Soda. Xander will check in for Allie Osborne. Xander just a freshman. Allie is just a freshman. Gibson outside. Xander at a high post. Lob comes into Richardson. Richardson turns, shoots. Hubbard down with the rebound. 40 seconds. Tigers into the forecourt, just threw the ball away. Martha Armenta couldn't catch up to that pass. Goes out of bounds. Gibson into the forecourt. 30 seconds. Left wing intended for Hallie Osborne. Knocked out of bounds by Aberdeen. Hallie will inbound the ball on the side. Lob comes into Gibson. Straight away, Peterboard. Peterboard almost banked it in straight away. And Armenta with a loose ball. Going to get a reach. And I believe that was Taylor on the reach. It'll be her third. Armenta will take it out of bounds. Comes into Cerna. Back to Armenta. Wow, Richardson just put the roof on Armenta. 3-point shot. That caroms off no good. Shot clock is off. 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's going to be the final score. 42-23 is the final is the final score. Soda didn't score from the floor in that quarter, but they hit 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Give me a second. I'll add up scoring for you. I will be right back. Okay, got Aberdeen done. Hang with me. Okay, just about got soda. Think we got it. For the Tigers, Brianna Cernan hit a three for 3 points. Elisa Carrillo had a two, was 1 of 2 from the free throw line for three. 10 points for Brianna Hernandez. Hit a three, 2 twos, and was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Yadira Rosales had 5 points, hit a three and a two, and Kyrie Lauder 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. Aberdeen hit on 6 of 10 from the free throw line, committed 16 personal fouls. For Soda, Danny Franson 14 points, all in the first half. She had 4 threes and a two. 15 points for Cody Gibson. She had a three, 3 twos, and was 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 1 point for Ali Osbury. 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Lorelai Richardson had 8 points on 3 twos and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Haley Kingy hit a basket for 2 points. And Taylor Peterboard 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. Soda hit on 11 of 20 from the free throw line, committed 12 personal fouls. At the end of the first quarter, it was 9-5. The Soda outscored Aberdeen by 4. Second quarter, big quarter for the Cards, as Soda put up 17 points to Aberdeen's 10, outscoring Let's see, I didn't get that right. It's 26-10 at halftime. Soda scored Aberdeen by 12. Got to recheck my math. Third quarter, 36-17. As Aberdeen put up 7 points, Soda put up 10 in the third quarter. And then in the final quarter, both teams put up 6 points. And so this was all free throws. They never scored from the floor in that final quarter. And the final score, the Soda Junior Varsity 42, Aberdeen Junior Varsity is 23. Both teams out on the floor warming up. Once again, so the girls come in 3-1 in the conference. They are 6-10 on the season. Conference wins were over Wendell 49-41, and they beat Declo 45-38. Their conference losses came to Malad 68-40. Their other wins beat American Falls twice, beat Salem Hills, Utah, down in the St. George tournament, and I got American Falls twice, beat them here and beat them over there. Losses come to Riley twice, Grace twice, lost to Parma, Melba, Desert Hills from St. George, Box Elder from Brigham City in overtime. And I get Riley twice. When they lost, I got Malad 68-40. So we got Aberdeen tonight. We'll be at Westside on Friday. And we'll have Declo here next Thursday. And then we'll be at Malad Wednesday, January 28th. And at Aberdeen Saturday, January 31st. Aberdeen comes in 2-2 in the conference. They are 4-10 on the season. Their losses or wins, check that. Came over Declo 60-54 when they beat Westside 46-42. Conference losses were to Wendell 53-23 and to Malad 49-21. Aberdeen's other two wins were Rockland and West J. Losses out of conference, they lost to Grace twice, North Fremont first, Riley lost to North Fremont twice, and they lost to Marsh Valley. Aberdeen, here at Soda tonight, be at Malad on Friday, and then they'll have Butte County in Aberdeen on Tuesday. And then they'll be at Westside the next Saturday. The girls' games tonight. Butte County Lady Pirates are in Grace. Face the Lady Grizz. North Fremont Huskies are in Salmon to face the Lady Savages. That almost sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? Declo is at Westside. Snake River Panthers are in Montpelier to face the Bears. Riley is at Firth. American Falls is at Marsh Valley. And West J is at South Fremont. Boys games tonight. Shelley is at Blackfoot. Hillcrest is at Bonneville. Rigby at Canyon Ridge. Preston is at Century. Skyline is at Idaho Falls. Thunder Ridge is at Madison. Highland is at Pokey. And Snape is at Sugar. In our conference, Malad leads the conference. They are ranked number one in the state, are the Lady Dragons. They are 4-0 in the conference, 14-2 on the season. Then it's Soda, 3-1 in the conference, 6-10 on the season. Both Wendell and Aberdeen are 2-2 in the conference. Wendell is 8-8 overall. Aberdeen is 4-10. Westside is 1-3 in the conference, 6-9 on the season. Declo is 0-4 in the conference and 5-9 on the season. About 2.5 minutes from starting lineups and national anthem, pregame stuff. Uh, Tomorrow, need a lot of folks to come out for this one because I'll guarantee you Grace will be here in force. It'll be the Grizzlies here in Soda tomorrow, boys, and then Declo. Soda will be at Declo on Saturday. Last Saturday, the boys beat Salmon here in Soda 60-30. So Grace tomorrow here. Boys will be at Declo on Saturday. Then next Wednesday, they got 4 games on the road. They'll be at Milan. Next Friday, they'll be at Westside. And Tuesday, January 27th, they'll be at Grace. So the boys, Grace here tomorrow in the boys conference. Wendell, ranked number 1. They are 2-0 in the conference, 11-1 on the season. Their only loss was to the Filer Wildcats, and that was actually in Salt Lake City at the Delta Center, and that was in overtime. Malad 1-0. This is boys, 7-5 in this season. Westside 1-1. Their one win was right here in Soda. They are 7-5, along with Malad on the season. Aberdeen hasn't played a conference game. This will be their first. Well, this is girls tonight. This is boys we're talking about. They are 0-12 on the season. Soda is 0-1, 5-4 on the season. Declo 0-2, 5-6 on the season. With Jeff Horsley in the background, and I'll just let the mic pick him up. The student advisor to make remind you this. Sportsmanship is an expectation. Let me get my old bones up. I'd like to thank our sponsor, School District Technical Athletics, and Idaho's Dairy Farm Families, Dairy West, official sponsor of the Idaho High School Activities Association. Thank you, Dairy West. Tonight's featured sponsor is Horsley Sam's Funeral Home. Thank you, Horsley Sam's, for your support of athletics at Soap Springs High School. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and lift your hats as we honor America with our national anthem. The Soap Springs High School Pep Band, under the direction of Miss Kimberly Plumford, will be performing the anthem, and the Soap Springs High School cheerleaders will bring honor and attention to the colors.
Thank you. And now, for today's starting events, here's the Lady Tigers from Aberdeen. A senior wearing 13 Hall. A junior wearing number 20, Carly Brown. A junior wearing number 22, Aaron Driscoll. A junior wearing number 23, Marvin Kendall. And a junior wearing number 24, Emily Shackford.
Okay, we've got the Aberdeen starters: Clara Hall, Carly Brown, Jazzy Driscoll. Oh, there goes the lights. I'd give the other two, but I can't see. They'll introduce lady cards. Probably be the usual suspects. I see you wearing a good figure. And it's in there wearing that. It looks like okay, I'll pick up the cards. Jaden Parker, Courtney Gronning, Rosie Harris, Maddie Kempe, and Anna Davis for Soda. Tigers in black, white numbers, and orange letters across the top. Maddie Kempe will jump. Again, I just can't see your number. You can jump against Hall. Hall is really tall. Controls the tip to Brown. We are underway. Outside is Marley Kendall. Goes over to Brown. Shot is up. No good. Rebound down to Aberdeen. Shot is up by Shackelford. No good. Rebound taken away from Parker, and we got a foul. They're going to put Clara Hall at the free throw line. Foul went against Courtney Gronning. Free throw is short off the front of the rim. Take it one more. She's easy, 5'10-ish, 5'11-ish. Second one is good. 1-0, Aberdeen. Ball coming to Courtney Gronning. Gronning will be picked up at midcourt by Brown. High post to Harris. Bounce pass back door to Kempty. Ball is taken away by Brown. Off to Kendall. Kendall will bring it into the forecourt. Back to Brown. Brown down the right side of the paint. Hooks it up. That's short. Harris for Soda. Down with the rebound. Rosie into the forecourt. Pass is picked off. Bounce pass. And what a nice job as Kendall got it to Brown. And it's 3-0 Aberdeen. Running into the forecourt. She's covered by Driscoll. Down in the corner to Harris. Back to Gronning on the angle. Anna Davis up top goes over to Parker. Back to Groning. Stops at the top of the key. Harris. Ball knocked away from Harris. Groning picks it up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Anna Davis 3-point shot misses everything. Jazzy Driscoll down with the rebound off to Kendall. Kendall into the fourth court, guarded by Jaden Parker, and that's going to be a foul on Anna Davis. That'll be the second foul against Soto. Tiger ball. There's a 15-foot shot off the left angle. Maddie Kempy keeps it alive. Harris comes down with it off to Parker. It'll come up to Courtney Grani, and Davis runs it down. And no, she didn't. She stepped on the sidelines. A little wide on the pass by Courtney. And Soda turns it over. Goes to Kendall. Kendall, crossover dribble in front of Parker. Drives down the left side. Parker takes the ball away. Parker into the forecourt off to Groning. Groning on the angle. Back to Jaden. Parker on the left wing inside to Harris. Harris triple teamed and the ball taken away by Kendall. Parker knocks it away. Saved it to Harris. How did she do that? Behind her back. Kept it from going out of bounds. 3-point shot by Groning is no good off the rim. And down with the rebound is Shackelford. Shackelford will get it to Clara Hall. Back to Marley Kendall. Kendall, right wing, goes inside to Brown. Back outside. 3-point shot. Splash! As Marley Kendall hits the three, and Aberdeen leads it 6-0. Goes in the corner to Kempy. Back to Groning, left corner, back to Kempy. Back to Groning, Groning inside to Harris in the paint. Harris tried to hit it underneath and it's taken away by Shackelford. Gets it into the forecourt. It's Kendall straight away. Left side, open three. That rims out. And they may have got Shackelford over the back. Yeah, I've been told that over the back is not a foul. No, it's not unless you make contact. And you can't go over the back without making contact. And that's what they call Anna Davis on the right wing. Courtney's running. Goes to Parker, back to Davis on the wing. Groning fakes, shortens it up. Anna Davis 3-point shot. That's off the rim, no good. And Brown pushes it into the forecourt against Groning down the right side. Double team. Soda had it taken away. Goes underneath. Kempy comes up with it. Kendall missed the layup. Running into the forecourt. Soda hasn't scored yet. Goes to Davis. Parker, open three. That caroms off. And Ellie Wood, who's checked into the ball game, actually knocked that off of Driscoll. Checking into the game for the Tigers is Evelyn Carrillo. Sort of ball along their own baseline. It'll be Tingy who's checked in. Groning 3-point shot. Got it. Courtney Groning from the left corner. Ooh, that's a walk. Into the forecourt, diving for the ball is Wood. Timeout. Smart call by Andrew Jolly to save that possession. Soda was going to tie that up, and the possession belongs to Soda. It's 6-3. Aberdeen with a 3-point lead. The principal at Aberdeen is Travis Pincock. And the AD, athletic director or activities director, I think they call it nowadays, is Natalie Lewis. For Soda, of course, our principal is Sherry Moulton, Superintendent Scott Muir, activities director Shawnee Thompson and Deanne Barker. Our managers are Hazley Mumford and Chloe Sims. Ball comes into Carrillo. Carrillo drives, kicks it along the baseline. That missed everything. Aberdeen down for rebound. Shackelford scores, and she was fouled. And I think that's going to go against Tingy. 8-3, 5-point lead. And Josie picks up her first foul. Emily Shackelford for the 2-1. Popped out. Soda flat footed on the rebound. Aberdeen gets the rebound. It's Shackelford. Cross court. It is Driscoll. Shot is up, no good. Wow. Big bump underneath. Driscoll coming from behind. I was going to say over the back because it's my pet peeve. I just say she bumped into the back of her. But they just call it out of bounds. Parker into the fourth court. Goes down in the corner to Tingy. Josie Tingy back to Parker on the angle. Back to Tingy. Anna Davis on a cutter is fouled. Anna Davis down the left side of the paint. Drew the foul. And that's going to go against Clara Hall. That's her first. Anna will be at the free throw line for 2. Just a junior. She is really tough. Free throw is good. We get one more. Checking out is Carrillo, and checking in, back in is Brown. Anna Davis, one more. She sets, pushes up right-handed shot, got them both. She tickles the twine with the second one. It's 8-5. Lead pass comes down. Tingy cuts off Shackelford. Shackelford in the paint, goes across to Hall. Back outside, they work it to Brown. High post. There's a drive. What a pretty shot by Kendall. She has 5 points right down the middle of the paint. One-hander. Anna Davis into Courtney Grunning outside to Parker. Along the baseline to Ellie Wood off the right side. She has the ball knocked away. And they say Ellie was the last one to touch it. Soda just a little off kilter. Maddie Kempe will check in. I look at this Aberdeen team and it's hard to understand why they only have 4 wins. They are 2-2 in the conference. Brown into the fourth court to Driscoll. Back to Brown, high post. Leaping leaner by Kendall won't go. Soda down with the rebound. And there is a steal. They stole it away from Ellie Wood. But I think they hit the sideline as Marley Kendall just reached in and picked Ellie's pocket. Soda got it back. Wood gets it into Parker, back to Wood, open 3. That was long, and down with the rebound is Driscoll. It'll be Kendall into the forecourt. Kendall reverses the dribble, goes over on the angle to Brown. Shot is up, no good. Aberdeen with the rebound, but it tried to save it inside. Threw it right to Parker. And I just say Soda stepped on the sideline, checking in. It's going to be Danny Franson. Lob comes into Kendall. Back up top, Brown drive. A little extra step there. Her jump ball possession belongs to Soda. 10-5. Minute 58 to go in the first quarter. As Jaden Parker will walk it down. Parker to the right side. We're going to call out of bounds or call the bump on Carly Brown. That was. Gotta wait for him to post. No, it's going to go against Carly Brown. That's what I thought. Sort of on the side, comes into Rosie Harris, who's checked back in. France on a deep 3. That was way downtown. Aberdeen down with the rebound. It's Kendall. Kendall against Ronnie. Ball is loose. Parker comes up with it to Harris. Harris pulls up on the free throw line, goes to Kempe. Back to Courtney Groning, and there's a reach there by Molly Kendall. 10-5, Aberdeen. 125 to go. First quarter, Franson will inbound the ball on the side. Anna Davis checks in for Parker. Minute 25 to go in the first quarter. Aberdeen up by 5. Comes into Courtney Groning, high post to Harris. Ball knocked away. And Soda had their backs turned. Brown comes up with it. Goes over to Driscoll. Brown drives. Kicks it left wing. Kendall drives, reverses it, puts it up, and he's fouled. Kendall has 5 points. She'll go to the free throw line. Aberdeen is 1 of 3 from the line. That foul went against Courtney Groning, and she's picked up 2 here in the first quarter. Free throw is up and good, right down to the bottom of the well by Marley Kendall, just a junior. It's only one senior on this Aberdeen team, and that is Carla Hall. Second shot is good by Kendall. She has 7 points here in the first quarter. 12-5, Aberdeen. Goes to Anna Davis, high post to Harris. Double team. Harris drives, puts a shot up. Kempy with the rebound, puts it back up and in. Come to that basket. Kempy is really a warrior. 3-point shot, no good. Parker will just box off Hall and let it go out of bounds. Soda ball behind by 5. 12-7. 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. Anna Davis, upper floor to Parker, back to Davis to Franson on the right angle. Franson across the top to Parker. Pass was almost picked. Franson drives, running one-hander, scooped it up. Maddie Kempy battling for the rebound. The possession on the jump will belong to Aberdeen. Full court pressure by the Cards as Driscoll will get the ball in. Double team on Brown. Jump ball. This possession. Great defense by the Cards. And they'll take the possession on the jump. And Davis to inbound the ball for Soda. Right in front of the Aberdeen bench. Comes into Parker. High post to Harris. Underneath to Kempy. And a Davis 3-point shot. No good. Kempy has the ball ripped away by Shackelford. But get it back to Driscoll. Driscoll gets a pick, comes into the fourth court, goes over to the right side to Brown. Brown will bring it back up top. They don't see the clock. I didn't either. That's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1, Aberdeen leads it by 5, 12-7. Take a look at college. BYU has the Horned Frogs at the Marriott Center tonight, and Saturday they'll travel over to Texas Tech over in Lubbock. Then they've got Utah next Saturday. They just beat Utah 89-84 at the Huntsman Center, and that'll be a week from Saturday. Boise State, wow, are they struggling? They're 1-5 in the Mountain West, 9-8 on the season. And they just got embarrassed in Boise by Utah State. Biggest loss the Broncos have had at Extra Mile Arena. Aggies 93, Broncos 68 in that one. And then yesterday, UNLV down at the Thomas and Mack beat the Broncos 89-85. Colorado State will be in Boise on Friday. Aberdeen ball will begin the second quarter as Brown comes into the forecourt over the left angle to Driscoll. Hernandez is checked into the ball game. High post, they work it to Shackelford, over to Kendall. Kendall cut off, back door, tried to hit Brown, ball knocked out of bounds, and they say it went off from Carly Brown. So there's a chance to cut the lead, comes into Wood, back to Parker. Wood outside on the angle. Wow, huge bump. They're letting him play. Ball taken away. Carly Brown down the right side. Parker cuts her off outside to Driscoll. Driscoll shot up 3-point shot by Kendall. That's her second, and she has 10 points. Almost got a pick. Wood down in the corner. Anna Davis. Ball taken away by Brown. Brown down the left side. Harris hangs with her. Comes back outside to Shackelford. Over in the corner. Driscoll drives. Lost it off her foot, but Hernandez. Little extra step there. Gonna call a foul. 15-7, an 8-point lead for the Tigers. That foul went against Jaden Parker. Brianna Hernandez, at least in the JV game, really good free throw shooter. Shot is up short off the front of the rim. Courtney Browning will check back in for Soda. And Harris will check out. 15-7, Aberdeen. Hernandez, one more. Shot is up, and that was good. Right down to the bottom of the well. Grani will bring it up the floor. We picked up at midcourt, high post to Ellie Wood at the free throw line. Back to Grani, corner. Parker off the rim. Shackelford down with the rebound. Clears it to Kendall. Kendall into the forecourt. Gets it to Shackelford. Comes into Hernandez. Hernandez trying to maneuver. Goes into the corner. Shot up from the corner by Driscoll. Hernandez keeps it alive for the Tigers. Deep shot. Hernandez over the top of Kempy. And I think they're going to call, can I say this? Over the back on Brianna Hernandez. She's a big kid. There's no way she can go over the top without making contact. Groning into the forecourt to Parker across to Ellie Wood. Groning deep. Tough defense by Aberdeen. Goes over to Parker, back to Wood. Wood fakes, back to Groning. 3-point shot. That's off the rim. Kempy with position on Hernandez, but the shot is blocked. And Bristol or make it Kendall came up with it when I think they're going to call a foul on Kempy. No, that's her first. Harris checks in for Ellie Wood. Full court pressure. Ball comes to Driscoll to Kendall. Kendall into the forecourt. Kendall straight away goes over to Driscoll on the left wing, back up top. It's Kendall. Driscoll on the angle. Kendall an open three. Missed everything, but Brown down with the rebound. Tigers another rebound. Parker takes it away, picks up the loose ball. Parker right down the middle, gets it to Maddie. Maddie over the top. It's either Anna Davis or Parker on the foul. Soda just not hitting on all cylinders. Gonna go against Anna Davis. That's her second. Doing a little college. Utah State has moved up into the top 25. They're now number 23. BYU was 9, and they dropped down to 11. I guess after they should have blown Utah away, and they didn't. Utah State 5-0 in the Mountain West, 14-1 on the season. They've got Nevada in Logan tonight, so the Wolfpack is at the Spectrum. Then on Saturday they'll travel to Phoenix to face the Lopes of Grand Canyon, and in second in the Mountain West is San Diego State, and then it's New Mexico at 5-1. Full court pressure as the ball comes into Brown. Brown pushes it into the forecourt. Goes to the high post to Hall. Bristol will make it. Kendall puts a shot up and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, just a junior. She's 2 for 2 from the line. Has 10 points. Fouling against Kempe, and that's her second. Shot is up, right down to the bottom of the well. Josie Tingy will check in for Kempe. 10-point lead for Aberdeen. Kendall for one more. Boy, she's perfect. Shoots really nice free throws. 18-7, Tigers. Brown challenges Grani. Grani gets it to Parker in the corner. Grani 3-point shot. Wow, they're just off. Rebound down to Brown. Lead pass to Driscoll. Driscoll beats everybody down the floor and scores 20-7. Running to Parker and a Davis in the left corner. Davis bounce pass across the top to Harris. Harris drives, lost a handle on it, kicks it to Anna Davis. Grani pulls up 15 feet. That's no good. And down with the rebound is Kendall for the Tigers. Kendall will walk it up the floor into the forecourt. Goes over to the right side to Driscoll on the angle, up top to Carla Hall. Give and go, back to Hall, ball ripped away by Tingy. Grani up to Josie Tingy, over Anna Davis, 15-footer. Oh, that was down, popped back out. Ball ripped away by Grani. Tingy, Davis, Parker missed everything on the 3-point shot. Brianna Hernandez comes down with it. Kendall lost it off her foot, out of bounds. Danny Franson, freshman, is going to check in for Anna Davis. She had 4 threes in the junior varsity game. 13-point lead for Aberdeen. This is about as ragged as I think I've seen the girls. Franson on the right wing, high post to Harris. She's triple teamed. That means somebody's open. Franson, 3-point shot, got it. Danny Franson from the right wing. 10-point lead. Harris with the steal. Harris stepped in front of Driscoll, picks it off, goes over to Franson. Franson straight away, gets the ball to Courtney Grani. Back to Franson. She dumps it into Parker. Oh, Parker missed a layup. Nice pass. Grani battles. Ooh, that's a walk. Time out. Aberdeen. Let me explain that to you. And I don't think they get that right half the time. Hernandez was right on the back of her lap, had the ball, and she picked up a foot, then she picked up another one. When you're down like that, you got 3 points, and you can't pick any of that up. Hernandez had her wallet and her 2 feet on the floor, and smart call by Andrew Jolly to call timeout so he didn't lose the possession, and the officials awarded him the timeout. Rarely can you have the ball flat on your back and not travel when you've got the other team reaching for the ball. Idaho in the Big Sky, they're 2-1, 9-8 on the season. They lost to Montana and beat Montana State. They are at Idaho State in Pocatello tomorrow, and the Vandals will travel to Weber State down in Ogden. Tigers ball, full court pressure, 20-10. The ball comes into Kendall. Kendall up the floor to Brown. Wow, don't tighten that up now. Not much there by Tingy. She's going to pick up her second foul. That's 5 on Soda. And that'll put Brown at the free throw line. That was really kind of ticky-tack on that one. Aberdeen has been the aggressor on defense, and they've let that go. Carly Brown hits the first free throw, so we'll get one more. Anna Davis off the bench for Soda. Check in for Parker. The only thing about the fouls with Soda is they've got them spread out. Groning 2, Kempe 2, Davis 2, Tingy 2, Parker 1. Now Brown hits both free throws. 22 to 10, only 10 points so far. Danny Franson, Harris on the angle. And back pass by Groning is taken right out of the air. Give and go. Kendall drives in. Brown has the shot blocked. Tingy down with it. Gets it off to Franson. High post to Harris. Franson looks at a three. Anna Davis on the right wing. Franson in the corner open. There is Tingy. Tingy drives the baseline. Put up a one-hander. That was over the rim. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Aberdeen. Jazzy Driscoll, ball is taken away. Franson to Harris. Harris between the circles, drives, steps, drive, hung on the rim. Ball is knocked out of bounds. They give it to Aberdeen. Ellie Wood going to check in for Soda. And Josie Tingy will check out. 22 to 10, 2:15 to go in the half. Brown, backdoor Driscoll. Driscoll cut off. Tough defense by Groning. Goes to Kendall. Shot up, no good. But Aberdeen down with the rebound. Shot is up, and they call it travel on Aberdeen. No pressure in the back court as the ball comes into Groning. 2 minutes to go in the half. Soda behind by 12. Groning to Franson on the wing. Over the top. Davis, open three off the right side. Splash. Anna Davis crushes a three off the right wing. Ball will come in to Kendall. Brown. They have numbers. Hall goes in easy and scores. Soda lets the back door open. Running up the floor to Harris. Harris outside, goes over to Franson underneath. Beautiful pass as Davis scores and she's fouled. What a nice pass by the freshman, Franson. Davis on a backdoor cut. That foul is going to go against Marley Kendall, her second. And that will put Anna at the free throw line. She is 2 for 2. From the line, 24 to 15. So let's cut it to single digits. Free throw is no good. Shackelford down with the rebound to Brown. Brown across the timeline with a left-hand dribble, dribbles left side, 3-point shot, missed everything. Over the top is Hall, went right over the top of Ellie Wood. And they're going to call the foul on Ellie Wood. Wow. That's going to put Hall at the free throw line. She's 1 of 2. Ellie's first foul. Free throw is good. They're making a living at the free throw line. 25 to 15. Hall for one more. Second one rattles around, pops out. Anna Davis almost lost it. A minute to go. Franson into the fourth court. Over to Harris. Harris an open three. Hits the rim, and that went off from Courtney Groning out of bounds. 56 seconds. Full court pressure by Soda. Ball comes into Brown. Brown is double teamed. Still by Franson. Franson puts it up with the left hand. Missed the layup. Got her own rebound. She's trapped. Gets it to Anna Davis. Harris on the right wing. Back outside, Ellie Wood. Anna Davis, 3-point shot, hits the rim. That's no good. Harris down with the rebound. Courtney Groning goes to Harris in the corner. Groning, 3-point shot. That's no good. And Aberdeen down with the rebound. 24 seconds. We got a whistle travel in the back court. So Aberdeen will turn it over. Soda ball along their own baseline. Harris inbounds it to Franson. Franson rips it away. I think that was a pass, but she hit the backboard. 15 seconds as Kendall drives into the forecourt, gets a pick, goes over to the left side to Driscoll, underneath to Shackelford. Shackelford puts it up in the end. 27-15. Really deep shot by Courtney Browning at the buzzer. And at halftime, Aberdeen leads it by 12, 27-15. They put up 15 points in that quarter. Soda put up 8. And here at halftime, 27-15 Tigers. Boy, we'll have to have some X's and O's in that halftime dressing room. Let me add up the scoring for you. Aberdeen really got to the free throw line. Just give me a sec. Okay, we got Aberdeen. I hate to say it, the soda is going to be easy to add up. And I think I'm done. Okay, for Aberdeen, Carla Hall, the big post player with 4 points, had a 2, was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Carly Brown with 4 points, had a 2, and was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Jazzy Driscoll hit a basket for 2 points. 12 points for the point guard, Marley Kendall. She has 2 threes, a 2, and is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. 4 points for Emily Shackelford on 2 twos. And Brianna Hernandez, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. Aberdeen hit on 9 of 13 from the free throw line, committed 6 personal fouls. For Soda, Courtney Groning hit a 3 for 3 points. Maddie Kempe had a 2 for 2 points. Anna Davis had a 3 at 2 and was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And Danny Franson hit a 3 for 3 points. Soda hit on 2 of 3 from the free throw line, committed 10 personal fouls. End of the first quarter, Aberdeen outscored Soda by 5. It was 12-7 after 1. Then in the second quarter, the Tigers outscored Soda by 8 as they put up 15 points to Soda's 8. And the halftime score 27-15. Biggest difference that I see, just looking at my book, Aberdeen really attacked the basket and got to the free throw line. They put up 13 free throws and hit 9 of them. Soda only 3 free throws, and they were 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Aberdeen just committed 6 personal fouls. Soda committed 10. So at the end of the first half, 27-15, a 12-point lead for the Aberdeen Tigers. So college game tomorrow. The Vandals of Idaho will be in Pocatello tomorrow. And then Idaho will be at Weber State down in Ogden on Saturday, D Event Center. Purple Palace, done quite a few games in there. Nice arena. Uh, Idaho State is 2-2 in the Big Sky, 9-8 on the season. As I mentioned, they've got the Vandals tomorrow. Weber State 3-1 in the Big Sky, 9-8 on the season. They've got Eastern Washington in Ogden tomorrow. Portland leads the Big Sky at 3-0. Think I missed the Utes. That's okay. 0-3 in the Big 12, 8-8 on the season. They are at number 15, Texas Tech. Today, rankings for the girls. Malad Dragons ranked number 1. Ryrie Bulldogs are number 2. Graysville Bulldogs are number 3. Firth Cougars number 4. And the Parma Panthers are number 5. Picking up votes, the Archers of Ambrose. North Fremont Huskies. Soda picked up votes. And the Grims of New Plymouth picked up votes. In the 2As for the girls, the Oakley Hornets are ranked number 1, followed by the Lapwai Wildcats. Butte County Pirates are 3, Prairie Pirates are number 4, and Grace, the Grizz, are number 5. Picking up votes in the 2A, the Kamei Cubs, Rimrock Raiders, Raft River Trojans, Council Lumberjacks, and the Lakeside Giants. 6As, it goes Eagle Mustangs, Rigby Trojans, Middleton Vikings are 3, Coeur d'Alene Vikings are 4, and the Madison Bobcats are number 5. Picking up votes in the 6As, Bora Lions, Timberline Wolves, Boise Braves, and the Thunder Ridge Titans. In the 5As rankings, Sand Point Bulldogs ranked number 1, Mountain Home Tigers ranked number 2, Blackfoot Broncos are 3, Lakeland Hawks number 4, and the Hillcrest Knights are number 5. Picking up votes, the Tigers of Jerome, Thunder of Pocatello, Burley Bobcats, and the Knights of Bishop Kelly. In the 4As, the Sugar Diggers are 1, Bear Lake Bears are number 2, Marsh Valley Eagles are 3, Fruitland Grizzlies are 4, and the McCall Donnelly Vandals are 5. Picking up votes in the 4As, Timberlake Tigers, Weiser Wolverines, Kimberly Bulldogs, Filer Wildcats, and the Teton Timberwolves. In the 1A Salmon River, the Savages are number 1, Mackey Miners are 2, Deary Mustangs are 3, and Terry Anderson dropping by to say hello. He's one of the ones around that still calls me Super Glade. Thought I got rid of that. Well, there's still a couple. Doug Mathis hung that on me. First game I ever did for Soda. Garden Valley Wolverines are 4 in the 1As, and the Cary Panthers are number 5. Picking up votes, the Nez Perce Nighthawks, Leadore Mustangs, Rockland Bulldogs, Genesee Bulldogs, and the Cascade Ramblers. About a minute and a half till start of the second half. In the boys, in our division, in the 3As, the Wendell Trojans are ranked number 1, 3-way tie for second. St. Mary's Lumberjacks, Declo Hornets, and the New Plymouth Grims all tied for second. The Orofino Maniacs are ranked number 5 for the boys. Picking up votes, the Archers of Ambrose, Bulldogs of Riley, Panthers of West Jane, Malad Dragons, Huskies of North Fremont, Westside Pirates, Nampa Christian Trojans, well, all of them, Marsing Huskies, and the Melba Mustangs. Soda Bomb to begin the second half. In the 2As, Grace picked up votes, but it goes Kendrick, Lakeside, Lapway, Butte County, and Prairie. It'll be Parker to inbound the ball for the Cardinals behind by 12. Ball comes into Courtney Grunning, back to Parker. 2-3 zone. 3-point shot by Grunning. Parker with the rebound. Harris on the angle, back to Grunning straight away. Grunning on the angle on the right side. Anna Davis. Kempy fakes. Drives in. Oh, tough look shot wouldn't drop, but she was fouled. So Maddie Kempy will go to the free throw line. She has 2 points. Hasn't been to the line. Foul went against Jazzy Driscoll. No. Went against Emily Shackelford. Kempy hits the first one. Should get one more. Shot is up. Got them both. Soda did not get to the free throw line in the first half. Aberdeen did. 9 of 13. Soda was 2 of 3. Goes to Kendall on the angle. Working against Anna Davis down the left side. Puts a shot up and dropped it in. Kendall with 14 points. Parker will be picked up by Brown at half court. Ball almost knocked away. Oh, Davis should have just let that go. Anna Davis, the last one to touch it. Aberdeen ball. Comes into Brown. Comes over to Kendall. Kendall on the angle, into Hall, setting up in the low blocks. Big kid working against Harris, forces up his shot. What do they say? Hall walk? Well, I'm not sure I saw that. Grunning will bring it into the forecourt, picked up by Brown. Parker on the angle, back to Grunning straight away. Harris on the left angle, Parker on the wing. Grunning, 3-point shot straight away is short, got a little short. Didn't call it. Goes over to Anna Davis. That caroms off. Hall battles for the rebound. Travel. Wow. All the travel against Ronnie. She didn't have possession. Hall did. Ronnie knocks the ball out of bounds on any call. Time out, jump ball. You have to have possession. She didn't have possession. Ball comes into Brown over the head of Driscoll and out of bounds. Good pressure by the Soda full court press. 29-17, a 12-point lead for the Tigers. Soda with some work to do as Harris looking, gets it into Anna Davis to Parker. Pulls to Kempy, bad pass is picked off by Brown. Brown into the forecourt, working against Parker, right angle to Driscoll. Goes to Shackelford. Inside, shot up by Brown, missed a chippy, and Parker back the other way. Outside, Groning goes to Kempy on the left wing, back to Groning to Parker straight away. Goes back to Groning. Harris cross over to Kempy. Kempy drives, bad pass underneath. Picked off by Shackelford. Knocked out of bounds by Grunning. Tiger ball. Leading by 12. 6 minutes to go in the third. Brown will push it into the forecourt. That's going to go into the back court. And Soda didn't touch it. And so that is a back court call against Aberdeen. Parker will inbound the ball right in front of the Soda bench. Ball comes into the backcourt to Groning, covered by Brown. Ball knocked away. And they're going to say Brown knocked Groning down. I'll see a little heavier contact than that. Brown will pick up her second foul. Very young Aberdeen team. Only one senior. Parker, right wing up top to Harris. Ball knocked out of the air by Brown, taken by Kendall. Kendall down the left side. Kendall leans in, shot was blocked, but she was fouled. Boy, Aberdeen really has Soda off balance. If they called that on Groney, that would be her third. At the line will be Kendall. She's perfect. I said the P word. She was 4 for 4 from the line. Just missed that one. Hernandez will check in for Clara Hall. Franson will check in for Harris for Soda. At the line for one more, Marley Kendall. That shot rims out. She was 4 for 4 and just missed two. Franson into the fourth court, picked up by Brown, down to Kempy. Kempy on the wing travel. Kind of double clutched the pass and then picked up the pivot foot. Full court pressure by Soda, 29-17, 5:23. Parker over the top of Brown. Brown gets it into the fourth court, kicks it back to Kendall. 3-point shot by Kendall, rims out. Anna Davis tries to tie it up. Franson will tie it up. Possession belongs to Aberdeen. Aberdeen ball along their own baseline. Driscoll inbounds it to Hernandez. Hernandez drives hard. Franson had her tied up. That should have been a travel. Gonna call a foul on Franson. Wow, I didn't see that way. Franson had a hold of the ball, and Hernandez took an extra step. It was either a travel or a jump. Hernandez loose on the floor, kicks it out to Driscoll. Brown back to Driscoll on the wing. Driscoll on the angle. Hernandez give and go, puts a shot up, missed a layup. Shot blocked as Hernandez. Oh, turned it around, Maddie. Maddie got the ball. She's trapped on the sideline. Time out. Matt Groney. Smart timeout as Maddie was falling down out of bounds. 30-second timeout. 29-17. Aberdeen. Who would have thunk it? This is not a bad Aberdeen team. And they're young. Only one senior, and that is Clara Hall, their post player. Soda is just really off, shall we say, tonight. 17 points, 2.5 quarters. Ball will come into Courtney Groning, picked up by Brown. Long lead pass to Anna Davis. Back to Groning. Parker on the left wing. Groning around the arc to Davis. Groning straight away. Parker on the left wing. Back to Davis. Open three. Hits the back of the rim. No good. Rebound. Wow. And with Franson, some allergies. We'll take it. Franson took the ball away, leaned in, and scored. Hernandez back outside to Brown. Brown between the circles. Soda in the man. Timeout. I think Brown got hit in the nose. Checking in was going to be Evelyn Carrillo. Brown's going to go to the dressing room. There's been some pretty physical stuff, and they've let them play. And ball comes into Kendall, and Kendall just threw it away. Soda ball. 10-point lead for the Tigers. 3:58 to go in the third. Soda just turned it over. Oh, man. Nobody guarding Parker and Groning, and they just threw the ball away. threw it back to Parker, who hadn't established herself in bounds, and so she was out of bounds. Kendall bounced past to Hernandez. Hernandez muscles on the mid blocks. Driscoll cross court. Nice job by Carrillo. 3-point shot straight away. And a rebound taken down by Parker. Parker for Soda, lead pass to Franson. Franson over to Groning, 3-point shot, and that's off. Hernandez down with the rebound, will clear it to Kendall. 3:25 to go in the third. 10-point lead for the Tigers. Hernandez in the paint. Kendall knocks down Kempy, and they called the block on Kempy. And that'd be Matty's third. Kempy's the one that took the worst of that. And the only thing I could say was she was leaning a little bit, and they call her for the block. Wood and Tingy check in. Kempy and Parker check out. You got to be dead set. You can't lean or move your feet. Wood takes the inbounds pass away. Wood lead pass down to Tingy in the corner. 3-point shot, Franson. That's over the top of the rim. Rebound taken down by Driscoll. Long lead pass to Carrillo. Nice save. And wow, a lot of contact there. Gonna call a jump. Franson ties it up. And the alternate possession belongs to Soda. Aberdeen picks him up at midcourt. It's Evelyn Carrillo that have picked up Groning right at the midcourt line. Anna Davis, Groning, 3-point shot while she is off tonight. Franson with the rebound. Tingy, 16-footer off the right wing. Wood goes up to the rebound. Wood will bring it outside, set the offense, cross court, bad pass, picked off by Kendall. Kendall into the forecourt, pulls up 15 feet and got it. She has 16 points. Anna Davis, Courtney running, Wood an open three, splash. Ellie Wood hits the three, 31-22. She actually got swished so hard she actually racked the net. Kyrie Lauder will check in for Bristol. Full court pressure by the Cards. Ball comes in. Kendall ball stolen away by Wood. Ellie Wood. Cut off triple team on the right wing. Franson to Groning up to Anna Davis. Goes in the left side to Tingy. Groning. Franson on the right angle. Working around the zone with the Franson. Tingy drive. Bounce pass to Davis. 15 seconds. Ellie Wood straight away got it. About a 10-footer in the paint. Ellie has 5 points in this quarter. Hernandez drives. Shot was blocked by Franson. Goes out of bounds. Belongs to Aberdeen. 31-24. The Cardinals have cut it to 7. Ball knocked away by Wood. Saved on the side by Lauder. Outside to Carrillo. Lauder drives and make it Kendall. Goes back up top to Hernandez. Lauder 3-point shot. Branson had the rebound taken away. Shot put up by Kendall, and she was fouled. She is a great free throw shooter. See, Brown is back, so to check in. Tinoco's going to check in along with Hall. At the line is Kendall. And that one was ugly, but it drops in. She is 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Parker checks in for Anna Davis for Soda. At the line, Kendall splash. 23-24, a 9-point lead, a minute 10 to go in the third. Branson drops it into Tingy on the left wing. Franson 3-point shot. Karam's off. Courtney keeps it alive. Shot up by Wood. Tough luck shot. Missed the layup. Falling down. That's traveling. Yep, it is. Miley Kendall fell down. And it's that 3-point thing I was talking about. You can't pick any of that up. And she kind of rolled her feet while she was on the ground. Branson way outside, Groning 3-point shot. Out. She's really struggling. Brown is double teamed. Groning with the steal. Oh, big contact there. They let that go. Comes up the floor to Kendall. Kendall reverses it. Double team. Got it to Brown. That's going to be a bump by Franson. That should be Danny's second. Sort of has 5 fouls. And it's going to put Brown at the free throw line. She's 2 for 2 from the line, has 4 points. Farley Brown, a junior, right short off the front of the rim. Anna Davis will check in for Courtney Groning. Brown, one more. Shot is up. That one dances on the rim. No drop. Ellie Wood down with the rebound. Wood into the forecourt to Franson up top between the circles. Over to Parker. 25 seconds in the third. Franson over to Tingy. Tingy 3-point shot. Wood battles Sultanoco for the rebound. Franson reaches in, rips it away. We're going to call a jump because that one belongs to the Tigers. 19.8 seconds to go in the third. Aberdeen. Parker almost knocked it away. Brown comes out of there with it. Goes across to Louder, back to Brown, 10 seconds. Brown backs it out against Parker. Underneath, tried to hit Louder. Threw it out of bounds. 6.3 seconds. Soda behind by 9. Ronnie checks in for Parker. No. Ball comes in from Wood to Groning, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, shoot it. Davis at the buzzer. And that's the end of the third quarter. 24 to 33. Aberdeen put up 6 points in that quarter. Soda put up 9. So they closed it a little bit, not much. Minnesota fight song in the background. The college football championship Monday at 5:30. Miami. They face the Indiana Hoosiers. Miami Hurricanes. They beat Ole Miss 31-27. And Indiana all over Oregon 56-22. And that'll be at the Miami Gardens where the Dolphins play at Hard Rock Stadium. Great football games, NFL. Last weekend, this weekend on Saturday, Bills will be at Denver. That's 2:30. 49ers will be at the Seahawks. That's at 6 o'clock. Sunday, Texans are at the Patriots, 1 o'clock. And the Rams will be at the Bears at 4:30. Cardinal ball comes in from Parker to Groning. Goes to Harris. Harris, double team. Comes over to Anna Davis on the right wing. Back up to Groning. Ball is loose. Kempy saves it to Anna Davis. Comes back to Groning. Tough defense all night by the Tigers. High post to Harris. Harris on the right elbow. Bounce pass. Parker. Groning. Look at a 3. Brown, good defense. 4 seconds. Anna Davis, 3-point shot. Parker goes high for the rebound. They're going to say the Tigers knocked that out of bounds. Just underway in the final quarter. Tigers up by 9. They've led it from the get-go. Comes into Anna Davis. Good job by Davis to draw the foul against Marley Kendall. Davis is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Has 7 points. She'll get 2 here, and that's the third foul on Kendall. So Davis at the free throw line for 2. Shot is up, rattles around, pops out. She'll get 1 more. 33-24, almost a minute gone in the final quarter. Anna Davis, 1 more. Shot is up, splash. She is 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Ball stealing away by Gronning. Gronning hooks a shot up and scores. A nice steal by Courtney. Ball comes in to Shackelford. Brown into the forecourt, crossover dribble. Anna Davis knocks it away as she steps in front of Jazzy Driscoll. 33-27. 6-point lead. That's as close as Soda has been all night. Ball comes back outside to Kendall. Kendall will leave it for Brown in a weave. Brown down the right side. Shot up by Shackelford. Shackelford rattles one in, a 10-footer, right side of the baseline. Running to Parker. High post to Rosie Harris. Harris got a dribble out of trouble. Bounce pass goes in the corner. Parker, an open 3. That's no good. Running battles Driscoll for the loose ball. And they're going to say Grunning knocked it out of bounds. 35-27 as the ball comes in to Shackelford. Up the floor to Brown. Brown! And what a job by Tempest. She had a block just moments ago. That time she draws the offensive foul. That one goes against Brown. That's her third. Ball comes into Courtney Grunning. Grunning up to Parker. 35-27, 8-point lead for the Tigers. Parker on the right angle, working against the zone. Goes over to Kempy, high post to Rosie. Rosie drives in, too hard. As Kendall comes down with it, I think they're going to call Rosie Harris with the fouls. No, they called that the other way. Called a turnover. Soda ball. Shows you how much I know. Goes way across over to Anna Davis. Courtney Grunning drive and the ball taken. Oh, they're starting to tighten this up. They're going to call a foul against Aberdeen. And I'm just trying to be fair. I didn't see it. 35. Or if they're going to call that stuff, that's all night. Soda ball. That is his fourth foul on Brown. Outside to Grunning. Grunning into Harris, middle of the paint. Harris turns, shoots, and Kendall down with the rebound for the Tigers. 5:50 to go in the ball game. As Kendall will walk it across the court, goes to Parker, to Brown, picked by Hall, bounce pass, right wing, Brown back outside on the right angle. High post, they work it to Hall, the senior, goes over to Driscoll. Driscoll drives with the left hand, puts it up, and she fouled. Probably Parker. And Driscoll can move it back out. No, they called it against Harris. And at the line is Kimball. Great free throw shooter. Block. And she has shot way more free throws than the whole Soda team. Wood will check in for Harris. 36-27. Second shot, good. Hit her first 4 in a row, missed 2, and now she's hit her last 4 in a row. 8 for 10. 10-point lead. Goes up to Grunning to Parker on the wing. Parker starts to drive, double team. Wow, have they tightened this up? Maybe a reach in. And that foul is going to go against Jazzy Driscoll. Her first. All you ask of the officials is be consistent. And if Davis has the ball taken away, Brown comes up with it. Brown into the fourth court, works around the Hall, pick, another pick by Hall. Round the arc, left to right, they run a little weave. Parker just about got the pick, might even been a reach. Kendall outside, working around Hall, bounce pass to Brown, working clock, comes to Hall, Hall with her feet on the run. Clara Hall, if she was back 4 more inches, would have had a three. Back to a 12-point lead. Goes to Parker. Anna Davis, open three, splash! Anna Davis, her second three, has 11 points. Timeout Soda, Aberdeen up by 9. 39-30. Soda is going to have to reach deep inside. Aberdeen looking to go 3-2 in the conference. If Soda can't pull this out, they would also go to 3-2. Andrew Jolly is the head coach for Aberdeen. And I know Mr. Driscoll down there helping. I think that Aberdeen hat that he's wearing, it's older than the soda hat that I'm wearing. It's got to be 10 years old. Looks good on him. Aberdeen ball. Coach Grunning called time out after the made shot, and you do that so you can set your defense. They run the baseline. Brown goes out of bounds, takes the ball back up to Driscoll. Nicely done. That side is Kendall. They'll try to keep the ball in Kendall's hands. Driscoll drives all the way to the basket and scores. That's what you call a matador defense. Comes outside running. There's a three. That's his second three. That was about 24 feet. Shackelford, you almost lost the ball. Brown an open three. That caroms off. And then Davis down with the rebound. 3:45 to go in the game. Davis into the fourth court. Groning against Brown. Groning, Parker, Ellie Wood, 3-point shot. Rims out. Down with the rebound is Hall. Gets the ball up to Brown. 41-33, an 8-point lead. 3:20 to go in the game. Kendall all the way to the basket and lays it in. Wow. Somebody stepped in front of her. Courtney Groning back the other way, whips a pass to Ellie Wood. Anna Davis, 3-point shot. Got it! Anna Davis from the right wing, her third three. Driscoll pushes it. Nobody on defense. Shot was blocked by Ellie Wood. And that's going to put Hall at the free throw line. She is 2 on 4 from the free throw line. That foul went against Ellie Wood, her third. Hall puts the free throw up. Got it. Right in front of the Soda Crazies. Harris checks in for Kempe. 44-36. Soda tonight just really hasn't had an answer for these Tigers. Clara Hall, second shot, no good. Rosie Harris with the rebound. That'll work quick. Comes into Courtney Groning. Groning to Harris at a high post. Harris steps out, goes to Groning, gets a pick from Harris, and Got a reach. Running hit the shot, but Jazzy Driscoll gonna pick up her third. Soda behind by 8 with 2:38 to go. That's 5 fouls, so Groningen will get 2 free throws. Shot is up and good. 7-point lead. Should get one more. Courtney running, a senior. Second shot short off the rim. Kendall with the rebound. Back to Hall, back to Kendall. Lead pass comes down to Brown. Brown will back it out. She'll work some clock. Goes to Hall. Brown along the baseline. Shackelford scores about 10 feet off the left side of the baseline. 9-point lead for the Tigers. Crossover dribble goes to Ellie Wood on the left wing. Double team up top. Wood around the arc. Right side to Anna Davis. 2 minutes. Parker outside. Great defense by the Tigers. High post. Ellie Wood turns, shoots, and scores. Timeout. Matt Groening. Ellie with 7 points. Took the ball at a high post at the free throw line, turned around and drilled it. 46-39, 7-point lead for Aberdeen. We got those NFL games last weekend. There's really only one. That was Monday night. That was a blowout as the Texans beat the Steelers 30-6. The other games, the Rams on like a last second pass beat the Panthers 34-31. The Bears came from behind to beat the Packers 31-27. The Bills last second 27-24 over the Jaguars. And the 49ers beat the Eagles 23-19. And it was the Patriots over the Chargers 16-3. So this week, Bills at the Broncos, 49ers at the Seahawks. That's Saturday. Sunday, Texans at the Patriots and the Rams at the Bears. Ball comes in, they do that little, after a made shot, you can actually run the baseline, and they change inbounders. Foul on Anna Davis. Soda's got fouls that they've got to get rid of to put Aberdeen at the free throw line. Only 3 fouls on Soda. Ball comes into Kendall. Lost the ball, everyone comes up with it. We don't have time more quickly. Parker cross court to Davis. Davis 3-point shot, got it. That is her 4th free, 3 in this quarter, and Soda has cut it to 4 with 1:35. Timeout, Matt Groening. Full court pressure by Soda. They run that little switch along the baseline, comes into Shackelford. Ball comes up to Kendall. Driscoll had a 3-point shot, didn't take it. Over to the right side, Anna Davis knocked the ball away from Brown, but it goes out of bounds. Soda behind by 4. Timeout, Aberdeen. Not sure Soda has any timeouts left. And I forgot to check the time. I hate that. I think I've mentioned that, where they put the time for the timeout on the scoreboard. Nobody cares. Everybody knows it's 60 seconds, and they'll take 60, 70 seconds. 46-42, Aberdeen. So they're making a comeback. Timeout, Andrew Jollies. A few Jollies in Aberdeen, in St. George. Some Jollies. Got Coach Jolly at the college. He played, him and his son both played for the Raiders. Doug Jolly and my son Brian played for Dixie. Doug went on to BYU and then the Raiders. Some Jollies in St. George. I know Jollies. And they're in Aberdeen. Down the ball comes into Kindle. About minute 20. There's a foul. Brennan was pushed to the floor, and they called a foul on Shackelford, and that's her third. So a break for Soda. You got time, just execute. Goes to Parker, bad pass. Garning gets it back, goes to Parker, bad pass again. Parker drives in and scores. It's a 2-point game, and there's a reach by Anna Davis. She had the pick. Marley Kindle, their best free throw shooter. Nope, it's not 5 yet. Next foul will put them at the line. 62 seconds. Soda behind by 2. As Brown bumped by Anna Davis, that will put them at the line. Kendall is 8 for 10 from the free throw line. She'll get 2 more. 57.5 seconds. Soda's really made a comeback. They've been behind by 12 most of the night. That's 5 fouls on Anna Davis. So Anna will foul out, and Rosie Harris will come in and replace Anna Davis. At the line is Marlo Kendall, a junior. Shot is up and good. It was 22 points. Second shot is good. Kendall is not the one you want to put at the free throw line. There's time. You got to execute, and you need a break. Comes to Courtney Groning. Groning drives to the right wing. Cut off there by Brown. Out to Wood. Wasting precious time. Comes to Harris between the ring. Parker. Groning. Ooh, big contact there. Parker with a 3-point shot. Ow! Jaden off the left wing, and it's a 1-point game. Shot clock is off. 29.4 seconds. I've been waiting for Jaden to light it up one of these nights. She can really shoot, and she hit one there right when we needed it. Parker has 5 points in this fourth quarter and 5 on the night. Soda has hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threes. Anna Davis has 4 of those. Anna fouled out. 48-47. Aberdeen with the basketball, up by 1. Both teams are in the bonus. If Soda can pull this out, this would be an amazing comeback. Soda have just not played well tonight. They've done pretty well in this final quarter. It'll be Aberdeen ball with 29.4 seconds. Shot clock is off. No rocket science here. First you go for the steal. Can't get the steal, you have to put them at the free throw line. You can't let them burn the clock. Driscoll to inbound the ball. They run that little switch along the baseline. Brown, and the ball almost stolen by Harris. They keep it in Kendall's hands, get it over to Brown. Brown and the ball stolen away by Kempy. Parker into the forecourt. 15 seconds. Groning looked at a 3. Harris, 3-point shot, slipped. Wood, gonna get a jump ball. It belongs to Aberdeen with 8.4 seconds. They had their chance. It's not over. Timeout again. Personally, I would have just drove it hard at the basket and made them put me at the free throw line. Soda kind of lives and dies on that three. They have 5 in this quarter. Aberdeen up by 1. 8 seconds left to go in the ball game. It is Tiger basketball. 48-47. Tigers have led it from the opening tip-off, mostly by 12 most of the night. This is a full timeout. Soda needs a steal. A 2 will win it. They don't need a 3. 1 free throw would tie it. 2 would win it. Coach Jolly working hard with the Tigers. Coach Matt with the Cardinals. They run this little switch where Driscoll will take it out of bounds. Brown will run out of bounds, take the pass out of bounds. After a made basket, you can do that. 8.4 seconds. Ball comes in, and they try to keep it in Marley Kendall's hands. And she is an amazing free throw shooter. Fouls against Ellie Wood. That's her 4th. A 3 will tie it. And that's all you can do. You go for the steal. You don't get the steal, you got to put them at the free throw line. Aberdeen smartly keeps it in Kendall's hand. He gets the first free throw. It's a 2-point lead. 7.1 seconds. Kendall for a 3-point lead. Not good. Portland running into the full court. 3 seconds. Running from way downtown. No good from Aberdeen. 49-47. And Aberdeen kids, they are really happy. Aberdeen wins it on the road by 2. They had a look. It was pretty deep. That would have won it. Aberdeen goes 3-2 in the conference, and Soda goes 3-2 in the conference. Everybody shakes hands at midcourt. Coaches shake hands. Give me a second. It's going to take a second to add up scoring. Final score is Aberdeen 49 and Soda 47. Aberdeen really got to the free throw line. Soda really bit into that 12-point lead in the 4th quarter. Give me a second. We'll add up scoring here. Okay, just about got Aberdeen. Boy, Marley Kendall, what a free throw shooter. Aberdeen hit on 17 of 26 from the free throw line. 11 of those was Marley Kendall. Okay, got to Aberdeen. Kind of needed Anna Davis. She fouled out. She had four threes. Anna Davis is 17 points. Danny Franson, a great job off the bench. Boy, she is a warrior. Ellie Wood, 7 points. Just about got soda. Hang with me. Soda hit 6 of 9. Aberdeen shot 26 free throws. Soda committed 22 fouls. Aberdeen just 14. Okay, I think I have got it. For Aberdeen, 7 points for the senior Clara Hall. Hit two twos and was 3 of 6 from the free throw line. 4 points for Carly Brown. She's a nice player. She's got a bloody nose. She's a tough player. She had 4 out of 2 and was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Jazzy Driscoll was always a great Driscoll player for Aberdeen. She had 4 on 2 twos. And the killer was Marley Kendall, the point guard. She had 25 points on 2 threes, 4 twos, and 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Shackelford had 8 points. And Matt here. Wow, we just about did it. Had a good look right there at the end. But it just seems like we couldn't put it together for the first 2 or 3 quarters. Shooting was off, and you got to give Aberdeen a lot of credit. I think they played above their head tonight. Give us your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, I don't necessarily even think they played above their head, Glade. I think we were not prepared or ready to play. We thought we could step on the floor and get a win. And I've told you before, there's not a little switch that you'd all of a sudden turn on and be good. When you start flat the way we started, we were flat, we were slow, they were faster at every ball, they were faster at every rebound. That's why we got in foul trouble. Press didn't work. We ran that wrong. We couldn't run an offense. I mean, I can go on and on. The first half was the worst first half that we've had all year. And that all that being said, that all lands on me. You know, I didn't have them ready to play tonight, and we've got to get better at being ready to play. This league's too tough to take a night off. You can't take a night off in this league and then hope just to turn it on. And we almost got lucky at the end, and that's all it would have been was lucky. Aberdeen deserved that game. They kicked our tails up and down the floor for 3.5 quarters, and we got what we deserved tonight, unfortunately.
I look at their record and I look at the team they put on the floor tonight. It's kind of hard to believe, but we're tied now, 3-2, in the conference. So we've got some work to do. How do you? We were sluggish. How do we get out of that funk? We came back in the fourth quarter, just about pulled it off, but those first 3 quarters, well, they were pretty ugly. There's no way to uh, other way to say that. I think one of the things that I saw was Aberdeen really attacked the basket, got to the free throw line. In fact, they shot 26 free throws and we shot 9. And that was them just attacking the basket. And you got to give Marley Kendall. How do you keep the ball out of her hands? She hit 11 of 14. from the free throw line, and you could tell at the end of the game they were trying to keep it in her hands. They knew we had to foul, but they also knew she was a great free throw shooter.
Yeah, and that the foul shot discrepancy. I bet if you were break it down from first half to second half, probably didn't shoot as many second half. They may have because we had to start fouling there at the end. But again, that foul discrepancy falls back to us being slower to the ball, and just reaching too much. And they packed that zone in, and we settled again for the threes. We got some good looks that we normally would knock down too. I will say that there's looks that we would normally make that we just ball didn't go in the basket tonight for us. But again, I think that falls back to us not being mentally ready. Number one, I mean that affects everything. Your body language. If you're ready to play defense, that's going to help your offense. If you're not ready to play defense, it's not going to help your offense. And it's like I told you, I've got to find the right answer to have them ready to play, because what I did before this one was completely wrong, obviously.
Looked like they were really prepared for Soda tonight. Got to give Coach Jolly and Coach Driscoll a lot of credit because I thought their kids executed both ends really well. They almost gave it away right at the end. They beat our defense down the floor several times and went right to the basket, and they just beat us there. So you got to give their coaching staff a little bit of credit. They I thought they had the Aberdeen kids really prepared.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can talk about how we got outplayed on the floor, got completely out coached. On top of that tonight, he had his team ready to play. They executed. They wanted it. They boxed out. They did the little things. Yeah, he completely outcoached the heck out of me tonight, and they deserve the win. That's the bottom line. And these kinds sting for a while, and this one's gonna sting. Luckily, we only have, I don't know if it's lucky or not, but we get one break, so we can't lick our wounds for too long. We got to get it figured out and turned around, and be ready to go when we go to Westside Friday.
So we're about halfway through the conference games, um, tied with Aberdeen. Um, you figure we've already played Malad, we've got to play them again. How do you see the district tournament setting up? Last year we went in as a two, and Malad's going to be pretty hard to, what are they, 14-2? And one of those was a big Utah school, I think. But it all boils down to peaking at the right time, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And peaking in the tournament is really important.
Yeah, I mean the district tournament's going to be just like this game. Any team on any night. Yeah, Malad's definitely better than everybody else. Their record shows that they've shown it. But that second place team is going to have to work to get that second place, and it's anybody's game on any given night when it comes down to it. And um, if we play like we played tonight, we won't be in that tournament for very long.
So we go to West Side. Sometimes that's a hard place to play. I know it was a hard place to call a game, but the Pirates they'll get a little confidence when they see this score, and it's on their home floor. So how do we approach West Side?
Well, for one, we hope to get out of there without any concussions, broken bones, or bruises. That's the most physical, borderline dirty team in the league, if you ask me. But um, bottom line is we can't lose a district game after this. We can't. That's our motivation now. Is we gave one away tonight, and we can't afford to give any more away.
So how do you prepare? Is there anything that you do? Um, Part of it's mental. When you practice, well, tomorrow the boys play. So how do you get a practice in or a walkthrough, or can you even do that?
No, we'll have no time for anything tomorrow, which that doesn't help a lot. But I don't know. Sometimes days off without listening to me yell, and that might be all right. Maybe that's the answer. We haven't tried that one yet, so we'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, all the gyms are taken up tomorrow, so we're out of luck there.
Minnesota needs an auxiliary gym. And I know people have talked about that, but you got to go with what you're dealt. And we have one gym. Are you going to talk to the kids, or can you get anything? So the boys that start at 4:30, so you wouldn't have a basket anywhere unless you let them out at lunch, and and come. But are you going to get the kids together and kind of talk to them, or are you going to just kind of let this one go and head to West Side?
You know, we've got 4 seniors on this team. Sometimes you heard the old saying is, less is better. This is one of them cases. I think every one of them know what they did tonight and what they can't do Friday. I don't think they need to hear it from me over and over again. Um, I think they're going to respond on Friday. I don't think it's whether I get them together tomorrow or not is going to change that one way or another. Um, I'm super disappointed, as you can tell, in performance tonight from coaching to playing. But that being said, I do have all the confidence in the world in this team that they're not those type of girls that are going to mope. They're going to do something about it. They're going to turn the switch on and they'll decide amongst themselves. Like I said, it all starts with the 4 seniors. Get everybody rallied together, and this won't happen again.
When I was growing up, my favorite band was the Four Seasons. It shows you how old I am. But their first hit song was "Silence Is Golden," and maybe that's what we need between now and Friday.
We'll find out because that's what it's going to be. But no, like I say, if I was worried about it, I'd get something together. But um, I'll rely on these 4 seniors to get this team together and be ready to go, and I think they will be.
Are you gonna have the kids come to the Grace game tomorrow, or do you want to get basketball out of your system for a day?
No, that's up to them. We sit and talk about basketball and games like this, but they're still students, and some of them are on their last few days of school, and they still need to be students and enjoy the atmosphere of cheering on the boys and coming to games. So I won't make them do anything. I'll let them be kids and do what they need to do to be ready for Friday. But I'll bet you they'll be here supporting the boys and cheering them on.
All right, we'll let you go. I was gonna check the schedule really quick. At West Side, then we have Declo Thursday, and then two more on the road, Malad and Aberdeen. So how does that shake out for you?
Yeah, we'll go to West Side Friday. Then Dickel's actually our senior night here, which will be our last home game here, depending on whether we host one, or not. So Deckel will be our senior night here. Then a tough one at Malad, and as you've seen, it's going to be a tough one at Aberdeen too. Not going to be easy going there.
Well, we found out tonight Tigers aren't a gimme, and you said that the other night when they beat West Side, that they're not as bad as what their record shows. And tonight, I thought they played really well. They had us tonight.
They did. They were the better team tonight. Let's hope we learn from it and get better because of it. That's all we can hope.
All right, we'll let you go. I don't know whether you take Ambien or something. I do. Maybe the wife can kick you or something. Uh, Maybe she'll have dinner ready for you when you get home. I know that the other half sometimes they dwell on it as much as you do, and that so. We'll let you go. Have a good night, and then you'll figure tomorrow out. We'll go down and beat those Pirates.
That's the plan. I sure hope so. Thank you, Glade.
All right, Matt Groening joining us here at the post game. Let me go over the scoring for you one more time. 25 points for Marley Kendall, 8 points for Emily Shackelford. Um, the Tigers hit on 17 of 26 from the free throw line and committed 14 personal fouls. Minnesota 5 points for Jaden Parker, hit a three and a two, 9 points, and that was in the fourth quarter Courtney Groning had 9 points, had 2 threes, and a 2 and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Maddie Kempe with 4 points out of 2, was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Anna Davis, before she fouled out, huge night, huge fourth quarter. 17 points on 4 threes, a 2 and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Danny Franson came in and contributed. I had a 3 and a 2 for 5 points. Ellie Wood had a pretty good night tonight. Tough defense by Ellie. She had a 3 and 2 twos for 7 points. Soda hit on 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Marley Kendall shot 5 more free throws than the whole Soda team did. Soda committed 22 personal fouls. At the end of the first quarter, Tigers led it by 5, 12-7. At halftime in the second quarter, the Tigers outscored Soda by 8, put up 15 points to 8, and it was 27-15 at halftime. Soda outscored the Tigers by 3 in the third quarter. Third quarter was 33-24, and Soda made a run at them and actually had a shot at the end. They outscored Aberdeen by 7 in that final quarter, putting up 23 points, 16 for the Tigers. Final score, Aberdeen wins it 49-47. Soda goes on the road. They'll be at Westside on Friday, tomorrow. Huge game for the boys here. It'll be Grace, the Grace Grizzlies will be here. That's going to do it tonight as the Tigers win it by 2. Glade Bullock for Will Birch.